Hello, hello, can you hear me now? I think you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Hello? You can hear me and I sound okay? All right, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if my mic's going out or if OBS, I don't know. I have no answers. I'm just glad it's working. Hopefully it keeps working. All right, well, off to a little bit of a bumpy start here, but it is what it is. Very quickly, we'll hop right in. But for those of you that watch this in the archive, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, this is completely viewer supported. And the best way to support the stream is to use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use, I recommend. I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the business. But I do understand people are at different stages, have different goals. So if you're with any of these prop firms, not only will Code Clay apply the discount to you and you'll save yourself money, but like I said, you're also helping to support and ensure that you continue to have something to watch in the archive. So I appreciate all of you who have used Code Clay, and for those you considering, I also thank you just simply even for your consideration. All right, I got to get my bearings here a little bit. See, that's why I always like to start a little bit ahead of time in case we haven't. If I have an issue, then technically I'm still not even late. I mean, I'm still early. Okay, all right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is, what is today? Friday, May 1st. Where is time going? A third of the year is gone. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I could have sworn just like last week, the ball was dropping. We were saying Happy New Year, and now a third of 2026 is already gone. So, yeah, time is flying. Hopefully you're off to a good start to the day. What a crazy morning. So, it all blends together. But I think yesterday the morning was like straight down for several minutes. And then this morning, straight up. So the question becomes, if we are going to continue on with this mirror image, does that mean that like pretty much the entirety of the live stream is going to be us kind of drifting downwards? I guess we'll see what happens. Hey, Clay, I'm watching all your videos one by one, trying to learn. Do you have I do have a mentorship program, if that's what you're asking about, son. So here you go, son, mentorship. You can check that out if you want more about, because yeah, if you're just watching videos on my YouTube channel, they're all random. And there's like thousands of them. So yeah, that's going to be, that's a recipe to get overwhelmed. Happy 250th to the Illuminati. Huh? Your life is cut to 1/50th shorter. Hey, Clay, I used your code, and I'll be using it again Tuesday. I blew a test that was going to reset Tuesday, so not a big... Thank you, Ronnie. Well, I mean, thank you for using the code. Sorry to hear about the blown account, but yeah, it happens. Speaking of that, I guess it really doesn't matter. But yeah, yesterday was a bad day. Just I shared a little bit with the house stuff, and just the day didn't really improve on the personal side of things. So I was irritated. I was frustrated. Not a good day. And then last night, again, just wasn't a good day. And I'm like, you know what? Let's try to get this one one of these test accounts passed. And I was up $800. I had, I think, $190 more to go. And you guessed the rest of the story. Account blown. $190 away. Got in a just little chop thing and eventually took me out of my misery. I waited for like 15 minutes. It was just... So yeah, I did technically cook an account last night. Thankfully, just a test account. So it wasn't that bad of a day where I'm like, well, I'm just going to trade a pro, which is kind of good about Take Profit Traders, because since you have to wait for the system to update and then wait for them, and then after you update it, you request your payout, and there's a little bit of a time delay there. So in a weird way, that probably helps me. It definitely helped me last night, because I knew, like, well, no, I'm not going to risk, like, it's a bad evening, it's an irritating day, whatever, but it's not that bad of a day where I'm going to risk actually giving up my payout. Because if you trade the account and then blow it, the money that you're waiting to request is also gone, because that's part of the buffer that you would be blowing through. So one of those hidden dynamics. Ooh, oil looking interesting here. Yeah. I might take a short here. What would that be? 40. Yeah, if this wants to bounce up a little bit more, I will try a short here on oil. Hey, Skeletor. What is your average win rate? Well, I'm not going to call win rate worthless, but it's pretty close to one of the more worthless and deceiving statistics, because you could be at a 95% win rate and not be profitable. So, yeah, I don't track win rate. I'm not a fan. Again, I'm not calling it fully worthless, but I think win rate is one of the more deceiving statistics out there in terms of, practicality. Because, yeah, can holding and hoping, can, averaging down into oblivion, can that produce where you're winning 9 out of 10 times? Sure. I can concede that. But the problem is, out of those maybe 10 trades that work, the one where it doesn't, oh boy. It can get nasty in a hurry. So, yeah, I don't track my win rate. I don't care about my win rate. I don't think... Again, I won't say there is zero value. I think the value comes more so from the chance of it. If you're like right 10% of the time, I'm thinking there's probably something wrong with your strategy. So that's probably more so where it gains its value. It's just like the lack of being right might be like, okay, I'm not even close to being on the right pathway. I'm $100. All right, Popsito, good job. Potentially, but math is math in the end. Well, yeah, no, I agree. Math is math. But the thing with trading is you could have a 95% win rate and still not be profitable. Because if the 5% just goes completely terrible, then yeah, not good. But you also seem to be operating under the assumption that like you can just like mimic my strategy. That's not how trading works. You're treating trading like you go to Walmart and pick a strategy off a shelf. That's you got to build what works for you. Which is why when people are like, so what's your strategy? It's like, it's my strategy. Just like you're going to have your strategy, which requires blood, sweat, and tears, because you got to figure out what you can mentally deal with. Because trading is a game of voices. I don't care what your spreadsheet looks like. You could have the spreadsheet and it could all make sense. But if you mentally cannot handle what's going on, maybe because your position size is too big or whatever, then you're not going to be able to follow your strategy. New to this, but averaging down does seem like one of the quickest ways to pass these evals. Yeah, Nolan. Again, I'm not in the prop firm space. There's more nuance, because yes, in the context of an eval, if at the end of the day your ultimate risk is $100, for example, if that's what you paid for the account, then I mean, really, that's your stop loss on the entire situation is $100. Again, Wolf, at the end of the day, you are treating trading like Walmart. Walk into Walmart and then selecting a strategy off the shelf. That's not how this works. We all have different risk tolerances. For example, Wolf, if you're like, hey, Clay, how do I have fun? Or let's just say you go ask people, hey, how do I have fun? What's your strategy for fun? And somebody's like, oh, you go skydiving. Somebody else is like, no, you read a book. Somebody else is like, you go bird watching. Are any of those people wrong? No. Why are there such differences, though? Because each of those people has different risk tolerances. So that's where you have to go and build something that fits your personal risk tolerance, which only you know. Yes, that takes work. Yes, that's hard. Again, I understand why people think that way, right? Because people out there make it seem like, hey, let me sell you my system. Let me sell you my strategy. Because there's the built-in implication there that, oh, so I don't have to do any work. I just follow your strategy. Cool. You know, it's like weight loss pills. Wait, I don't have to actually do anything. I just swallow this pill. Cool. It's the same general, but it's good for a sales pitch, don't get me wrong. It's good if you're trying to sell a system or sell a strategy or sell a method or whatever. But that's not how trading actually works. What price are you looking to short oil? I don't know. I'm not really looking at a price. I'm kind of just seeing how this one wants to continue to behave right here, but it's kind of just stuck. Love your stuff, man. All right, Wolf, sounds good. Love your stuff, man. You got me in this. Hey, well, Nolan, you are in... if you look at the amount that you lost in order to blow those accounts, and then you look at how much you actually left out or lost out of your wallet, I think you'll see, oh yeah, prop firms are pretty nice. Assuming you're learning, of course. It's a way cheaper way to learn. Some random TikTok. I made $15,000 the orb shot. Well, to be fair to that person, Maggie, maybe that one time they did the orb strategy and it worked for $15,000 that one time, but that's just one time. Is the orb strategy going to work and be consistently, profitable? No. Trading does not need to be rocket science, but it does need to be a little bit more in depth than the orb strategy. Now, if you're using the orb strategy and building on top of it, and that's way different. But some people show up and they're like, oh, I'm just going to do the orb. I'm just going to wait 15 minutes, mark out my high, mark out my low, and then if it breaks the high, I go long. If it breaks the low, I go short. And there you go. I'm going to be consistently profitable. Doesn't that sound a little too good to be true? To me, that sounds a little too good to be true. Isolated, I'm not saying it can't work out, but like consistently over time, yeah, you're going to need a little bit more than that. Hey, good morning, Brad. Yeah, like Wolf right there, exactly. So, good talk, good talking topics, important, relevant stuff. It sounds like utter failure if you don't have rules for orb that dictate when you get in and out of. But that's the thing. Well, that's what I'm saying, Random Hero, is the orb strategy does have rules, right? You wait XYZ amount of time. So for the 15-minute orb, wait 15 minutes, mark out the high, mark out the low. Those are two rules already. Wait 15 minutes, mark out high and low. And then, so I mean, the problem is, though, that's just a little too simplistic of rules. If only it were that easy. Sometimes, guys, the 60-minute orb can work. Well, yeah, I mean, you can say that about anything, including bad strategies. Hence, what makes trading hard. Sometimes a bad strategy will work. Well, then how can it be? Isn't that a logical contradiction, Clay? Because you just said, how can it be bad if it works? And that's a fair point. The underlying dynamic is a good strategy works consistently. But yeah, one-offs here and there. Can a bad strategy work? Sure. Yeah. That's why I think a lot of us have been there. That's why we think we have something figured out. We think we have a strategy. We think we're finding a groove. And then the market's like, no, sorry. We misled you. That actually does not make sense. I've been there many times over the journey. Hey, morning, Stusher. I am also on MNQ here, interested in a potential long down around this area here. Oh, all right. Let's see. I'm not going to blindly buy. We'll wait for some form of confirmation. On the 5-minute, there's also a pivot point down around this area. 25K pro account. Wait, what? How did you make $5,000 on a 25K account? Well, I guess on a day like today, you must have went long and you just, I don't know. What? Yeah, give us the good stuff. What do the younger kids say? Spill the tea or something like that. I think no, maybe spill the lemonade. Yesterday, I blew so many accounts that I had to go to bed earlier. Sorry to hear that, Papacito. 3 trades today, up 290 with commissions. Good job, Kainoa. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to this member. This is good stuff. I don't know if they're here, but good stuff nonetheless. Where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? Hello? Did I really just skip over it? Am I blind? I am blind. I'm definitely blind. So Jai, shout out to Jai, student member of the mentorship. So he just had his first $10,000 month in April, took out a payment for $1,500, $5,000, $4,000. So fantastic, Jai. Good job. Keep working hard. And shout out to does Take Profit Trader pay? He is with Take Profit Trader. That's who I use. That's who I recommend. And yes, there's some proof of payouts right there. So I don't know if you're here, Jai, but good job, man. All right, Papacito having a better day today. Good to hear. You shorted and what? Short the upper shadow of today's highs, size appropriately, and once I was at the 1500 buffer, that is where my stop loss went. What time? I mean, I believe you, Stusher, but I'm just saying, I would have for sure guessed you went long to make your $5,000 on a 25K account. I don't know, Wealth. That would depend on you and your strategy. Nobody can answer those questions. You have to get out there and figure out what you mentally feel comfortable with. We're all different creatures of risk. So one person's risk, which even may mathematically make perfect sense, but if your mind is going to freak out, well, then that doesn't matter. You got to figure out what your mind can handle. By the way, Papacito, I think I asked you yesterday, were you the person that said you bought an account with Alpha Futures recently? You're welcome, Wealth. Hey, Maggie, who was oh so mean to me yesterday. Hey, Borrow. Okay, well, so you totally did not use my code then, right? I thought I asked you if you used my code, and you're like, yeah, I did. But I was like, okay, cool. So I can kind of see how it all works on Alpha Futures, backdrop. So I checked and I was like, wait, no, there is no commission. So I'm still a little confused. Like, is there something broken with the Alpha Trading affiliate software stuff, or did you just tell me you use Code Clay, but you didn't actually use Code Clay, so therefore there is no problem with their software? Because I mean, if people are using Code Clay, I don't think I'm in the wrong to be like, I'd like to get the slice of the pie, given they use Code Clay. No, Meg, I do not get that level of detail. And I'm still interested in a long down around this yellow line. If the price wants to get down there. Thank you, Vasen. You are a good man. Feeding some hungry children. Code Clay, all caps, feed some hungry kids. Oh, okay. Well, that makes so you didn't use it. Gotcha, Papacito. Okay. Real question is who's going to win the World Cup? The real question is who cares about the World Cup? We're Americans. That's the actual question. No, I have not looked into that. I've not looked into that stuff. Because it will be in America. My question stands. Who cares? I'm just kidding. I know soccer's no, I'm sorry. Football. I know football is like the most famous. I should probably not. I'm going to like. Viewers will plummet from all the international people because I'm ripping on like the sport of the people. Sounds good, Popsito. Football Americano. Yeah, it should be all caps, code Clay, Popsito. They're at least the World Cup game at the Columbus Crew Stadium. Pretty cool. Oh, they have one over there at the Crew Stadium? Is that Aldi's still by the stadium? Uncle, are you in Columbus? If so, over by Columbus Crew Stadium, do they still have the Aldi's there? Does it USA have... I mean, I don't know. Hey, thank you, Pramath, feeding those kids. I appreciate that. You're a good man. Wait, how did I get on? Oh my goodness. It was so active, and then the stream starts and we just go into snooze mode here. Come on now. Big buyer sitting at 780. Does seem as though there's buyers at 780. Hence why it's, well, 778 to be more exact. Yeah, there is one near historic Crew Stadium. Oh, they built a new one? I did not. Okay. Wow, I'm getting old. So the cool one when I was in school 20 years ago is now called the historic one. Oh boy, I am getting old. But that one is still over there. That Aldi's kept me alive in college. There were 20, whatever it was, 29-cent boxes of mac and cheese. That Aldi. That's where I did my shopping. Oh, the memories. Glad it's still there, though. By the historic stadium now. But today my account got blocked for associating or connected with other user. Don't know how that happened. Yeah, I don't know. Lowercase Clay or all caps Clay, Papacito? It needs to be all uppercase, C-L-A-Y. Could somebody else, don't buy anything, but could somebody else go to Alpha Futures and do code Clay all caps and let me know if you're also getting an error message? Again, you shouldn't have to buy, just apply it. Well, okay, I know you are, Papacito. Actually, let's try something here. Johnny, there's no way you're asking that, Johnny. I refuse to admit you're asking that. You are like, you've been here since like day one. How do you not know what my lines are at this point? Code Clay works with Alpha. Okay, thank you, Maggie. Papacito, try. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Try this one. Try Clay 50. Does this do anything? Try that one, Papacito. Up 1,100 for the day. All right, Johnny. Maybe. I mean, this is an interesting breakout area up here, but Johnny, the purple line there is a 50 period simple moving average. I have a 1 minute memory. Okay. Well, if you ever ask again, I'm banning you. That is a 50 SMA. I don't know. Sorry, the chat does not have room for people with 1 minute memories. We were right at the top of this former resistance area right here. Is this thing about to go? Is it about to go? You're shorting? Oh boy. We got Brad shorting. I'm thinking about going long. I don't use Alpha. I use Take Profit Trader. I do have a code with them though, because there was somebody that was, I don't know, at some point was like, hey Clay, I love the stream, but I use Alpha. You should get a code with them because I will use your code to help support the stream. I said, okay. Again, Ronnie, we are talking about on Alpha Futures, not on Take Profit Trader. All right, yeah. Maybe this is more so a short and I can just throw my stop right up there. Because we have okay, well, let me just add it. So if I'm going to turn myself into a range trader, and if I say if this is the range right here, then we are right at the top of the range. So I'm trying to get short. Oh, wait. Oh, come on. Don't now. Just go right before I... Okay, I am now short. All right, range. I'm trying to be a range trader. Let's see if the top of the range does indeed want to reject it. Range baiting, range trader. Whew, that's a mouthful. Blue on as my entry. Trying to see if this yellow line, which has rejected the price before, can it reject it again? So now we wait. Goodness. Give me a 2 if you're short. Okay, Johnny's long. 2, 2. We got a few shorts in here. Got some longs, fair enough. I was thinking long for a moment. But man, this candle here is quite something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, was that the final little dippy dip before now going up? I got my hopes up for a brief second. All right, I got to get out. Well, is that trade the range until it's no longer a range? Small scalp. Congrats, Spartacus. Just trade the range, they said. Clay, just trade the range. Now I'm sure those some people are like, well, no, it was done being a range. Oh, well, thanks for telling me now after the fact. Thanks. All right, well, not the greatest of starts, but we'll see what we can figure out. Yeah, no kidding. Obviously, I was trading the wrong range, idiot. No, not that range, Clay. Well, which one? Well, give me some more time, then I can answer that question. And I'm going short again. Only if it comes down here, though. It was an upward wedge. Yeah, it was, yeah. It's always something. Back in my day, trading arrangement, swapping a stove for another. Yeah. I'm a little irritated right now. So it's gonna have to take something extra funny to get me to chuckle. So the comedians are gonna have to really bring their A game. And I'm just not sure dad jokes are gonna do it. About 5 minutes. Got an interesting calendar. No, no. Only if it'll make me laugh, Maggie. Only if it'll make me laugh. All right. Is this turned into a grinder? This seems like it's just turned into a grinder that's now just gonna go straight up. Mom joke, yeah. Yo, Sly Fox trades, Jocko, Sway trade. Ooh, Sway trade day for me. All right, brother. Sitting on your hands. What did the squirrel say to the tree? Give me my nuts. Wolf, the vast majority of people in here use take profit trader. Hold my nuts. I was kind of close. I said, give me my nuts. You just said, hold my nuts. So, okay. And that's true. Squirrels do store their nuts in trees. Oh, man, Jay. Yeah. Passed 3 take profit yesterday. Good job. Had a pet red squirrel once. Name was Todd. Yeah. Yeah. Correct, Wolf. Correct. Your break even? Hey, good job. Nice comeback. Did I hear King Charles? Hey, Fairchild. I heard he was given some jokes. I don't remember what they were though. Starting to wonder if this is one where you just laugh and just enjoy this. Did I just say laugh? Where you just get long and enjoy the ride upwards. I keep seeing all these. Everybody's talking about laughed. No, I was starting to hear that, JP. I don't know. Maybe go eat some Play-Doh. All right, Skeletor. All right, I'm trying to long at the green line there. Just essentially a back test. So we had this range. It broke out. Will it come down, back test, and go? See what I mean? It's just like, is this going to be just no pullbacks really at all? It also seems like, am I going to be the chump that as soon as I buy, then that's where the bigger pullback happens? Am I going to be that chump? Maybe. Today has got, I can feel it right now. Today, this whole week or at least Wednesday, Thursday, Friday has, I don't know, it's been a struggle. Wednesday was one of the worst live streams in a while. We have not had a clown show like that for at least a couple of months. Even though then I did come back and close green, which was kind of crazy, but just I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of how trading works. You got your peaks and your valleys, and right now I'm not going to say I'm like down here, but I don't know. It feels like maybe I'm like right here or something. And I'm trying to maybe stem from dropping any further. Let's see if I can get back up to the peaks, but I don't know. Even that's kind of scary. I was very close to getting long, and had I gotten long, I'm not saying it'd be a losing trade yet, but see what I mean? Is this thing really going to bounce? Are you, Mark? Sorry to hear that. That is never fun. Oil pushing up again. It is, yep. I would really like right down here, but it's just one of those things where do I try to be patient enough and then risk having it continue on up, or am I not patient enough? I get long and then it comes down here and then I'm like, okay. See, look at this. Another nice little candle here. All right, I'm doing it. I'm in. Just in case there's some kind of spike, just throw those orders out there. Come on, let's go. Push. Come on. Come on. Oh, at least hit that first target, which is my very, very conservative one. There we go. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, hit that next target. Okay, this will be a winning trade now. Stop loss is slightly in the, so if come on, recover back up. Come on. Push, 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 push. Come on. Go, 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 go. Go. Just at least hit that next target too. Hit that one too for me. Thank you. Okay, good. Okay, let's see if we can keep. All right, now is this where I get stopped out now? Come on, push up there. Let's see that breakout. Come on, push, brother. Go. Come on. Come on. Stretch up there, brother. Stretch. Hitting VAH. Okay, I stop with all the cool sounding terms. I'm not that cool. All right. Remember, I'm an idiot. Let's keep our very cool sounding terms to a minimum. My baboon brain can't handle it, okay? And I am stopped. Bummer. Well, I mean, it was a winning trade. I was going to say, well, I tried. So I tried. It was a green trade, but would I have liked for that thing to just make a, of course. But instead, we got essentially a fake breakout candle. Broke out, and yeah. So anybody that was buying that breakout, they're not feeling too good right now. But the mechanics were there. So I have zero to complain about the mechanics. I managed it well. I got myself into the sweet spot of trading. And then I was at the mercy of Marky, and if he wanted to give me more money, fantastic. If not, I knew it was going to be a green trade. He just decided to not give me more money. Thanks a lot, Marky. Oh boy, Cheryl with the jokes. We got all kinds of jokes today. Over on oil, that 50 period simple moving average purple line right there, you can see that's where it smacked down the price right there. So, area to potentially keep an eye on over if you are an oil trader. You don't know who Marky is? Are you serious? Hey, Loud Work, good morning. You don't know who Marky is? What were you raised in a barn? Marky Mark, he's a market maker. Marky the market maker, he lives in the basement of Fort Knox. He has a computer with Windows 95 on it, and he's on a 56K modem, and he controls the entire market with the algorithm. That's who Marky is. I can't believe you've never heard of Marky the market maker. Whenever he needs to make a phone call, he has one of those where you pick it up and you do the, and it goes, and then you have to go like that, and it goes, I'm revealing my age here again. You younger folk are like, what is this guy doing? What do you mean you have to call somebody going like this? I just, what are you talking about? Yeah, I know, I'm old. I'm old. Hey, Jimbo. Rotary phone. Yeah, that's what they're called. Why wouldn't you just use a cell phone instead? What do you mean? No, Evan, don't be starting rumors. He does not live, and then he lives in the basement of Fort Knox. Oh, that's what right. Let's hope the market doesn't glitch at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I don't know. I have a sneaky suspicion that we are going to see a glitch at 5 p.m. Eastern today. And I'm going to get really spicy, and I bet this glitch ends on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm just throwing that out there. You can call me a prophet afterwards. Exactly. Yeah, people's memories are shot. Nobody has to memorize numbers anymore. It's crazy. Clay, does Marky get you good deals on stocks? Only if you send them the right Christmas cards. Unknown about the gold. I don't know his status with gold. What does that mean? Glitch. It means the market is going to stop moving at 5 p.m. Eastern today. It's going to glitch out and just stop moving at 5 p.m. Eastern. The futures market, that is. But I'm also predicting that this glitch is fixed on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I know, it's pretty wild conspiracy. I'm throwing myself out there. I'm throwing myself out there. But, no guts, no glory. There you go. See? Marky Mark just told him, I agree with that, except it's code Clay. Well, he lied because it's code all caps Clay, which I don't know why the prop firms do that. Why do they make it case sensitive? I don't know. But technically, Wolf, it's all caps Clay for the code. Again, I'm aware I'm nitpicking, but unfortunately, like, I have to nitpick because... Whoa, hey, somebody hit us. Okay, buckle up. I don't know what time is that. Okay, random time. Maybe a news candle. Maybe a news candle. From basically 60 up to... Okay, yeah, that was about 47 points. Okay. Doggone it. That's what... Little off. Maybe a tweet. Again, I'm not going to call this any sort of significant news. Significant news would have this thing moving way more than 40-some points. But yeah, that looks like it might have been some sort of tweet or something. I am up $100 after this move. I was down. Hey, well, Burrell, that's kind of just shows the power of risk management. Sounds like you're managing risk. You're having a tough go at it, but you kept yourself alive, and then all of a sudden you were in the right place at the right time, and there you go. It's liquidity. Well, I mean, everything is, I mean, what are you talking about liquidity, right? It's volume, yeah. Volume is just liquidity. But yeah, the buyers came in, that's for sure. Look back at the chart where it fell. Yeah, I'm not connecting the dots, Billy. I'm sorry. Now, if you're talking about this resistance, yeah, I get that. I see that it rejected here. Well, what I'm talking about was like the big move, like that. If you were watching, this candle all of a sudden sprang out of nowhere. What doesn't look great for you? Yes, code Clay, all caps, gives you any of the prop firms, whatever deal they're offering, code Clay, all caps, applies that deal to you. Buy. Huh? Okay, do we got a lip flapper here? Do we got a lip flapper? We might. Buy. Okay, well, where are you buying, Billy? And where's your stop at? And where's your target? Can you give us those three numbers, please? Because just saying buy doesn't really mean anything at all. Like, practically speaking, means nothing. Yeah, I find that hard. I'm not saying, Monkey, you're saying this. I'm just saying in general. I find that hard to believe that a tweet about rats in a tunnel would cause that. You're completely correct. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I can appreciate that. If you know you're a lip flapper and you're just saying stuff, then okay. I mean, I guess cheers for being self-aware. My account. Oh, sorry to hear that. Would you be able to give me kind of no, I'm brand new to the prop firm scene. I've been watching. Yeah, the trailing drawdown, it's just, without overcomplicating it, it's just something that is not going to allow you to sit back and go for grand slam trades. Like, you'll have to be okay. Well, I mean, in theory, you could still hit a grand slam trade with it. But it's just something where you're going to have to be okay with base hits. So instead of saying, I see I'm up $400 right now, but no, I want $800. The trailing drawdown is going to suggest, you know what, just take the base hit, take the $400. That's essentially what's going on. Meaning having your thesis is correct. Well, Billy, give us a thesis then. Instead of just saying buy, give us an actual thesis. Trailing drawdown, one of those things where a lot of people complain, but what I've seen, because people, well, how do you get past it? Well, you just have to take base hits. Take what the market gives. Don't be sitting there taking big swings. But I think what it helps in a weird way is it helps people see, oh, wow, base hits actually do add up. Really? Oh, okay. I never would have imagined that just kind of taking little base hits along the way add up so nicely, add up so quickly. Because I get it. Everybody wants to post up their 150-point trades, and that makes great for social media. And that's what social media is filled with. Oh, just made 80 points. Oh, just made 100, 90 points. But it's just like, oh, or I can just take several points here and there, and it actually adds up pretty quick. So I think that opens people's eyes up to the power of base hits. Bull market so strong, it might break high. Okay, well, when you have an actual trade plan, Billy, let us know, brother. Actual trade plan defined as an entry point as a number, a stop loss as a number, and a target price as a number. When you can give us those three numbers, either ahead of time or in real time, let us know, brother. And also with Take Profit Trader, the trailing drawdown stops anyways once you hit your buffer. So even if you just no, I still like taking big swings more than base hits. Well, then you'll just have to take base hits temporarily, and then you hit your buffer, and then if you want to start swinging big again, you can do that at that point. So the trailing stop does go away anyways, but I do think it helps people out to open their eyes to the fact of the power of base hits. Too many armchair warriors. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Billy can bring an actual trade plan. I know, Alfonso. Later is better than never. Oil breaking down through those lows. I got a limit order to go short at 907. You have a typo. I think you mean your stop is at 917, because that does not make any sense otherwise. I got to the buffer with just 10 to 20 points. Right, Monk, exactly. Heck, you don't even need 10 to 20 points. I mean, 5 points here or there, 4 points, 6 points. It's counterintuitive to how quickly base hits can actually add up. Yeah, and that's fair, Wolf, in this market environment. Some may say that base hits are just the best way to go. That's true, yeah. Base hits get you to the Hall of Fame. That is true. So with a break of the highs, we have this pivot point not that much further up above here. White line represents the high of the day. So the price can never actually get above that white line. The white line itself would just adjust higher. But yeah, potentially a short up around that area. We'll see how it behaves. Hey, Wainwright. At first I would. Yeah, and that's, I mean, you can do it that way if you want, Dance, but I think a lot of people discover, oh, wow, base hits got me here. It's shockingly how quickly base hits can add up. Why don't I just continue with some base hits? Going to full port. All right, Wolf. Well, first off, thank you for using code Clay and feeding some hungry children. I appreciate that. I mean, I guess if you're going to start full porting, all I can say is, hey, remember code Clay. Because you're either going to pass very quickly or else you're hopefully going to be using code Clay again. How's your building work coming along? Good. Concrete guys are out there today, I guess. I think more so doing prep work. So, yeah, it's coming along nice. Yesterday was not a good day. But I was starting to worry, like, is this concrete guy going to take us for a spin? But no, he's out there today. So I guess yesterday he was just busy. All right, maybe a short here. I know. I assumed you were kidding about the full port just on a brand new account that you just got. But I also have seen some pretty crazy things over the years. 20. Okay, looking for a short right there. That is the pivot point on the 5-minute. So essentially looking for a fake breakout of these highs right here. So I do want to see a breakout, and I want to see it break out up until this red line. But at that point, I want it to become a fake breakout. So right now, I'm cheering for a real breakout. Okay, good. Yeah, go, 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 real breakout. Go, 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 real breakout. Keep being a real... I'm about to be a politician, though. I promise you, if I get filled, I'm going to flip-flop so fast, and I'm going to be cheering against the breakout. Ooh, this has been a very weak sauce of a breakout, right? Really? That's all you're going to push up through? Really? You're in? 1902 scientist. I don't get it. What does that mean? What's a 1902 scientist? Come on, drop, brother. No, come up to the red line and then drop. And then make me and Skeletor money. So first go up to the red line. And then you can drop. Wasn't that a movie, Breakfast Club, or is there a TV show too? All right, well, my idea was there's going to be a little bit more of an emphatic breakout. Come up, fill me, and then ideally start to drop. But yeah, this is not really the breakout I was envisioning where it broke out and now it's just kind of putzing around. So never mind on that one. Drop. You got to just yell, push. Wolf, I do not use the Dom. I just have it over here just because I know people do pay attention to it. So I have it for their sake, but I don't use it. No need to, first off, no need to apologize for those sorts of questions, NX, but yes. Yeah, you sounds correct. Well, once again, I am speaking from the take profit trader angle. Every prop firm might view that a little differently because all prop firms have slightly different rules. But assuming you're asking from the lens of take profit trader, yes. Okay, now it's going. Still never hit. Oh, hey, somebody else study. Oh, my goodness. Please tell me you're still in, Skeletor. Holy smokes. What? Who said what? Who said what? No, okay. That makes me feel better. I would never have been filled anyways. Well, longs just got cooked. That was almost... Now that looks like a news candle or something, because that was almost a 100-point drop. Not quite. So yeah, if anybody's from the long, if anybody was long and had their position size even slightly too big, cooked. That's a cooked account. Yes, nice for any shorts. Last man, you can see my numbers on the screen there, brother. Okay, that seems like maybe some kind of news candle. Really? Yeah, okay. How much slippage did you have, self-made? Well, that one cooked one for me. Yeah, no. If you were a long, even if you had okay, like your position size was nothing crazy, that was just such a crazy move that you're still cooked. Which again is why people that are using their own money in futures are crazy. Trump, I will be increasing tariffs charged to the European Union. And was that just released, Cheryl? That seems plausible that was just released. I just use the chart. The chart is the quickest news source. A few minutes ago? All right, well, that would check out, I think. All right, is this thing maybe going to head back up? I'm long. I like the hammer. I like how it was hammering right there at the 21 EMA. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Probably should not have necessarily gone with 5. That was probably, speaking of position size. Come on. Give me a hammer here. Get back to being a hammer. No way I'm buying more down here. Yeah, that could really help out if it, but man, if that thing dumps after I buy more, yikes. Come on, get back up there. Come on. Go, go, go. Come on. Come on, green candle. Oh, you gotta be kidding. You can't make this stuff up. The blue line was my entry. It bounced right off of my entry. There we go. Come on. Am I being greedy right now? Come on. Come on. Go. Go. There we go. I'll take that. I'll take that. I probably should have, and you guys have seen me do it before, where it'll come back up and I'll just still hop out for like a minimal loss. I probably should have done that on that one, in all actuality. So that was, I don't know. Yes, it's easy for me to say, oh, that was a good trade because it was green, but I don't know. I think I maybe should have just been happy that it came back up to give me what would have been just a small little loss. So to not only reject the small loss, reject the break even, and then go for, I don't know. In hindsight, would have been okay to hold it longer, but I'll spend the whole tariff check on. Is that actually happening? Are they doing the tariff check? I mean, hello, how's that going to help inflation? Wait, I thought they have to pay the refund. Wait, I thought they have to pay the tariffs back. I'm so confused. Oh, the tariff check's not happening, right? Well, I mean, I don't know about oil dumping. Oil's going down. When I hear the word dumping, I'm looking for like a big old red candle. Oh, he was being funny. Okay, I was going to say. Simulated fills can be, yes, agreed. Okay, then again, it was Kyle. So why did I take it seriously? I don't know. That's fair point. It was Kyle. Shame on me. Where'd Billy go? Billy, like when the price was around here, he was saying like buy or something. What happened to Billy? Billy, you all right out there? Blink twice. Blink twice if you need some help, Billy. Well, I guess in hindsight, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Clay, what's the dollar amount for base hits? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I cannot say that in trading the word base hit is defined by like $90. So at $89, no, not quite a base hit. At $89.99, nope, not quite a base hit. $90 base hit. But at $90.01, whoa, now you're getting a little too greedy. Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say a base hit is more than like 3 ticks, you know? Does a base hit have to be 10 points? I don't know about that either. But like, if you're hopping in and hopping back out, 3 ticks later, I would say that's, yeah. Made money for people. Billy, you just lost people money, man. Do you not see that dump, Billy? Billy's got no idea what's going on. Dude says bye, and then it dumped like 70 points a couple minutes later. It's crazy. I'm done trading. My wants way to live to trade another day. Just there you go. Preserve the goodness. Maybe Billy's colorblind and he thinks that red is green. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's my suspicion. Billy is like reverse colorblind. Oh, Kevco, if you do that one again, I'm going to have to give the ban hammer. That's atrocious. Kyle will love it, though. I'm done for the day. Definitely made money. Good job, Richard. In Chinese market, red is green. Is that true? I don't know. Is that Billy here? I've oftentimes put myself in the shoes of like a lip flapper. Okay, Billy, this will be the last time, or else I think either you're a troll or you're just a lip flapper. Thank you. First off, thank you. You're trying to help. I appreciate that. But I'm telling you, the biggest help for me would be to stop using empty, broad words and to give numbers. So if you want to help, Billy, which is your claim that you're trying to help, okay, well then try to help me with 3 numbers next time. An entry, a stop, and a target as numbers. Can you give me those 3 numbers? Because that would be what would be helpful, Billy. If yes, then you can stick around. If no, well, then we'll have to talk. But thank you, Billy. Thank you. I appreciate you trying to help me. That is very kind of you, sir. See, look at John Carl. Look at that. John Carl. That's what I'm looking for. See those 3 numbers? Are you able to do that, Billy, or do you just have to use words? Oh, look at Mitmont. Somebody else was just numbers. But Billy boy, I'm so... It warms my heart. You're just trying to help me. Thank you. Thank you. Why? Why am I getting the sneaky suspicion that we're just about to get more words from Billy? Oh, Billy. Why? My Billy sense is going off. I'm sensing it right now. We're just going to get more words. We're going to see a lack of numbers. Oh, Billy is a cable guy. With Jim Carrey. Oh, Billy. Any reason why I kept a place? Why I kept place a trade on trade of why I... Oh, can't. Kato, can somebody help? I think have you tried logging out and back in again? Okay, see, Billy, I asked for 3 numbers, and you 895 take 5 ticks up. Where's your stop loss at, Billy? What does take 5 ticks up mean? So you're looking to play a 1.25 point? Hey, Clay, do you make your entire living from streaming and trading? No. I have real estate investing. I have claycharter.com. I have a dividend portfolio. I do some private lending. So no, I do not make, I have several more streams of income outside of this. I did earlier. Does anybody else have any possible solutions for Cato? Because we've seen that before where, I don't know, maybe you haven't given enough time to log in. Did you log in to Tradeovate with the information Take Profit Trader gives you? No, he never showed up yesterday. He's here this morning though. So that makes me feel better. The thing is like I'm a hitman. I'm seeking out trolls, but it's not hard. Like it's amazing the power of 3 numbers. Like how powerful of a filter that is. It's kind of mind-boggling to me. Like how simple it actually is. Like it's crazy. You ask somebody for 3 numbers and then they give you like 1.5 number. It's like, okay, it's beginning to unravel. Either you are a troll or you are just a lip flapper newbie who has no idea what's going on. I don't know. Cato, have you taken any trades yet? Pi. I don't get it, Chris. Who's Pi? Did you have a W-2 job for a while? You're a chemical engineer? Yeah, no, I'm also an engineer by degree. And yeah, I worked for Honeywell for about 2 years. I haven't. It won't let me. Yes. Swaying ace, they do. Well, again, I'm just speaking from the prop firm that I use. So if you were to use Take Profit Trader, and then you were to use through Take Profit Trader Tradeovate, Tradeovate does have a phone app. So yes, you could under that context. Oh, that Pi. Oh, the 3.14. Gotcha. I don't trade futures, but my girl, Anna... Okay, well, I don't know who that name is, so we'll get that out of here. Okay. I was confused. I just saw the word pie, so my mind went to apple. But hey, welcome. First time here. Good to have you. Dude, even Last Man is giving trade plans. And he just showed up yesterday. And he already understands how to do it. Billy. Look, I hate to say but this is, look, more words from Billy. How long you trade, bud? 10 minutes. Okay. See, Billy? I know the other 12-year-olds you hang out with allow you to get away with logical fallacies like that. But we ain't no red herrings around here. Let's stick to the topic at hand. What is your trade plan? But like I said, I called it. I knew you weren't going to give us any numbers. You were just going to give us more words. And this word happened to be a red herring. Oh, Billy Chief. It's like shooting fish in a barrel with some of you guys. Like the troll, like the lip flappers and trolls. They make it too easy. Too easy. Hey, Eddie, good morning. All right, Cato. Yeah, keep us posted. Hey, Elusive. I hope so, because... Oh, that's interesting. So it's not even a brand new account. Yeah, I don't know then, Cato. If you were trading it last night, are you sure nothing got liquidated? Like, you didn't leave an order open unintentionally? Many of us have been there before. Yeah, I think Billy is the same guy that's been here before, because there's one person that can never give numbers, but it could just be a pattern amongst the trolls where like their justification, well, I'm just trying to help. Like that's what people that avoid giving numbers are always saying. They just use words and then I'm just trying to help, but they can never actually help. So I don't know. That it could be Garcia, but it might just be maybe that's the pattern of these sorts of people. I'm a scalper through and through. I look for average candle in the last 10 minutes. Cool. Loved. Good stuff there, Chris. Sounds like you got yourself an approach. You're a weirdo. Okay, now we have the ad hominem fallacy. So we went from red herring fallacy to ad hominem. Watch how this works, Billy. I'll concede I am a weirdo. The position now stands a weirdo is asking you for a trade plan, which you will not give. Do you see how that works? We still have not addressed the issue here, Billy. So now a weirdo is asking you for a trade plan. Can you give this weirdo a trade plan, please? It's like when I talk about prop firms and how good they are and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, well, you're a scammer. I'm like, okay, watch. Watch how this works. So now a scammer is telling you, based by math, that prop firms are a good idea. Now, if you want to tell me how prop firms are a bad idea, you're actually addressing the claim. But as things stand right now, you would just be saying a scammer is giving you a good idea. Because that's my claim. Day trading futures through a prop firm is a good idea. But to just call me a scammer, all that you've done is said that a scammer is making a good idea. Because you have not actually said why the idea is actually bad. This is my first time here. If it's recurring, looking inwards. Okay, so Billy, is this just your long way of saying you're not going to actually give us a trade plan of 3 numbers? Welcome. If it's your first time here, great to have you. But around these parts, we eat lip flappers like you for breakfast, son. We chew you up and spit you right out. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, that's fine. But if you want to start to, say stuff, well, give us a trade plan, brother. If you're trying to help, which you said you are, well, then I'm asking you, I'm clarifying for you how you could help me best is to give a trade plan. But after that, you've just spun out of control. Thank you, Icon. I appreciate that. Yeah, Chris, is that actually a plan? Is that actually a plan, though? I guess it is a plan. Well, I mean, even if you're not getting going, a prop firm is still way better. Because a prop firm trader is generating way better ROIs than what somebody using their own money is doing. Like, that's just math. I'm just trading like it's a casino. Well, yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, Mitmont. Well, it's hard if you don't know what you're doing. 3 numbers is actually hard, and the reason why it's the reason why it exposes people like Billy is it hits Billy between the eyes. Like, oh crap, I actually now I need to define some things. Like I can actually be held accountable. So that's why it's powerful. And even if you're wanting to practice, we talk about this all the time. To just do broad statements as practice is worthwhile or is worthless. What is worthwhile is to define your terms. Okay, you want to buy the pullback because you think it'll go back up. Okay, well, where are you going to buy the pullback? That would be your entry point. Where's your stop going to be? There's your risk management. Where's your target going to be? But when you ask people like Billy to actually give numbers, they're like, wait a second, wait, what? I don't just get to flap my lips? And then we see what followed. Red herring fallacy, ad hominem fallacy. Stops updated daily. Ban for stock updated daily looks like a spammer. Hey, Texima's back from vacation. Okay, I got to remember we got a plumber swinging by today. And he'll be working on the bathroom that's like kind of outside my office. So when he shows up, I really hope no crazy moves happen. Because we all know what happens when crazy moves happen. Other languages happen. And I don't want to freak the plumber out. Because this is also the plumber that's going to be working on our new build too. Do you think we come back to 600 today? I have no idea. Nor do I care. Do I make a jug or two or no? I think there was news about tariffs on European, Bronco. I think that's kind of the guess right now. Something about European tariffs on cars or something. Oh, yes. If you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you have not yet hit that like button, please do so. It helps. It does make a difference. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Chris, but like I don't know if just because you have those three numbers makes you a professional day trader, right? That's almost the equivalent of saying, hey, if you have a ball, a bat, if you have a ball and a bat and a glove, you're a professional baseball player. Again, Chris, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know about that one. It might take a little bit more than that, but I hear where you're coming from. But I got a basketball and basketball shoes, therefore I'm a professional basketball player. Wait a second. Well, Chris, we look forward to seeing some of your trade callouts. So whenever you have your next plan show up, hit us up with an entry point, a stop loss, and a target. We're looking forward to seeing this 89% win rate play out right before our very eyes. Could it be that I left my laptop on my charts and I'm trying to trade off my phone? I don't know. Maybe, Cato. I was up 600 and ended up being 100K. Oh. Any advice? Well, you're still in the game. Yeah, Chris, like I said, good stuff. We're looking forward to seeing some stuff. You don't do few. Oh, Chris, it's getting worse and worse for you. Why? Huh? Dude, futures are a million times better than equities. Holy smokes. The M pattern? Oh boy. Well, I mean, with futures, especially through a prop firm, with stocks, you need more capital. Therefore, you have more risk. You need way big moves to make worthwhile money. And even after these bigger moves on a stock, you're still making less. Like, think about it on Tesla. I mean, how much is Tesla? To make any sort of worthwhile money, you need like 100 shares of Tesla. Like, how much does it cost to have 100 shares? And then even if Tesla goes boom for like a $5 breakout, okay, you made $500. But I mean, what? You needed about $50,000 to make $500? Like the math is just not mathing at all, at all. You could do the 3x, yeah, but a 3x ETF, you still need a lot of shares. What's a 3x ETF? Right, that's my point. You need $64,000. Like, why? That's such an inefficient use of capital. Again, but you're proving my point. Like, your ROIs are just not good. Like, it's just not even close. TSL. So, like, how much is TSSL? Is that what you said? TSLL. Okay, so 13 bucks. So let's say TSL goes from like here, $13, and then boom, all the way up here to $15.75. That's a $2.75 move. A big green candle like this. $2.75 per share. I mean, and this is the daily chart too. So that would be a huge move. $2.75 per share. Okay, so let's say, well, to have 100 shares at 13 is going to be $1,300, right? So you need $1,300 to get 100 shares. You need 1,300. It makes a $2.75, so $2.75, which again, huge move, times 100 shares. Okay, you made $2.75. If you've traded futures before, you're like, well, $2.75 is kind of nothing. But Clay, that was only 100 shares. Okay, fine. Let's say you had 500 shares, and if each one costs 13, okay, now you need $6,500. So even at that, 500 shares, $2.75 times 500 shares. Yeah, okay, now you're up over 1,000. But like, do you know how many accounts you could buy? You could do copy trading for like $1,000 in future. And like, the math just doesn't scale at all. Like, there's just zero math sense behind it. Okay, Chase, you mean, let me put it this way. You mean he makes millions on low floats buying before all the puppets watching him? So he gets in, they help push the price up, and he dumps on them. Gotcha. Yeah, because that's most people. Yeah, most people have that ability. Yeah, again, Chris, the math is the math. Because for the numbers that it would, like, for your $64,000, you could do that. I'm not saying to do this right out of the gates, but you could do this. You have $64,000 in your account. Shout out to your wife, it sounds like. So you could go and you could get 5 of these accounts. Again, I'm not saying this is what you should do, but just to illustrate the scaling. So you get 5 of these, 216, and that'll give you 150K in purchasing power. So 216 times 5. So that would cost you $1,080. You have $64,000. To do what I'm showing you, you would need $1,080. Okay. And with this account, you could get up to 15 NQ contracts. But for argument's sake, let's just say you're only going to do 5 of the 15 you could get. But copy trading means you make one trade on the account, and then you copy that trade to your 4 other accounts. So your one trade is happening 5 times, okay? So, and every point that an NQ goes up is $20. So just keep that in mind. But let's take a very modest candle, something like right here. Okay, so let's say you were to buy right here at 810, and then it goes up right there, and it hits 820. Okay, so this little move here, that's all I'm talking about. So that was 10 points. So 10 points, and if you're getting $20 per point is 200. And remember, in that one account, you're buying 5. So we have to buy that by 5. So that's 1,000. However, remember, we have 5 of those accounts. So now we have to multiply this times 5. So that's $5,000 that you just would have made on a very minuscule move right here where you only had 1,080 at risk. So 1,080 at risk, you have a small little move, and you just made $5,000, which is already an insane ROI. So, I mean, that's just where it literally does not make any sense. And at the end of the day, let's say the trade backfires and goes totally wrong. Like that in your situation, if you're using $64,000 of your money, especially when you're leveraging it up, then it can go, and you start to have a bad day. I mean, you could be looking at thousands upon $1,000 going like that. But with what I just marked out, your ultimate risk would just be whatever you bought the accounts for, which was 1,080. The risk is this. The risk is just whatever you buy. So if you buy a 50K account, ultimately your risk is 102, right? You'll understand this. So I just view each one of these accounts as a trade itself, because as you realize, every trade is going to have a stop loss, meaning if the trade is wrong, that's how much comes out of your account. And that's how I view each of these accounts. Each one is a trade. So the 50K trade, what is the ultimate stop loss? How much is actually at risk of coming out of my pocket? Well, $102. So that's how I look at it. If I blow up the account, which means you'd have to go out and lose 2,000. Do you lose 2,000 out of your pocket? No. You lose the account, meaning you lose 102. And the per month is just during the test phase. Once you get your pro account, then that would be your all-in risk. So there we go. I mean, like I said, the math is just overwhelming. Like, so for the people that are like, well, yeah, but so-and-so does small caps and low floats. Yes, the reason why that person does that is because he's built his entire business model around that particular niche. So yes, of course he's going to continue to talk about it. Not to mention, when you can just pump and dump on people, that makes it nice too. Again, low float, small caps, that made sense 5-10 years ago. But with the invention of micro futures and prop firms, it mathematically does not make any sense to go risk your money on all these low floats and stuff like that. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, all right. I might get a little fancy here. I think this might keep dropping. Let's see it come up a little bit more. Okay, short. Oh, there we go. Back to green on that one. There we go. Just a little scoop. So again, what I was just showing you, you know, that $5,000 hypothetical, which by the way, that was actually very minimal because you could have gotten up to 15 of those NQ contracts. I was only doing all those numbers based on 5. But I mean, this move here, and that whole equation was based on a 10-point move. This move here was like 40 points. Now, again, futures can absolutely crush you too. Hence the point of the prop firm, because that is the risk management tool. But yeah, I mean, it just makes me yeah, Clay, but have you not seen the low floats? They move so big. They do not move as big as futures. I understand that seems crazy. What are you talking about? That thing was up 400%. Yeah, but until you start to look at copy trading and the way futures move with the point system, and then you look at the amount at risk, the math ain't mathin'. Okay, Chase, just stop. Chase, I'll just concede that's true. My point is this. If you can do that in the small cap environment where there's all sorts of sketchy stuff going on, your buddy would be making tens of millions of dollars in futures if they're that good. Okay, Chase? Because futures move way better than all that sort of stuff. They don't randomly get halted. They don't, stuff like that. But don't bring up that dude's name here, Chase. I don't know. I'm also getting the impression I could tell you I have oceanfront property in Iowa. I will sell you. And you'd be like, oh, really? Cool. Thanks. Cheers, Chris. Oil is indeed going up. All right, maybe another short here. I just want to make sure that we didn't have one of these where, down and then straight back up. But it's seeming though it's staying down here for now. Oil getting greasy. Oh, boy. Only one clay around here. Yeah, I am. A beautiful baboon. Who remembers the song, Beautiful Disaster? That song was written after me. Back when Kelly Clarkson and I were friends. What is a profit target? Right here, Christy. All that is just right. So for the 50K, the goal is 3,000. Don't lose 2,000. That says per month, but that's only during the test phase, which is why I say aim to pass within 1 month. And then there will be no more other expenses. Kind of sketchy because this could, I could see snap right back up, but drink your water. You're right. Thank you. All right, let's see. I thought you were done, Skeletor. Okay, if this pops up and comes back down, I'm going to try to grab a short right here. But I don't want to see it drop down any further. Pop up, 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 more. All right, I'll take it. All right, let's see. If it wants to come back down, I'm getting short at the red line. That red line turns blue, I'm in. I am... Oh. Close. 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 All right, well, never mind. Glad I waited for confirmation on that. Shorts here worry me because of where oil is. That's a fair point. Oil does have a couple of big old green candles right now. Hey, Cam, good morning. Ooh, oh no, are you gonna... Oh, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful candle. Let's see if it can close that way. We got about 15 seconds for that candle to stop moving around. MES is about to crash. So does that mean you're short, MES? Or I'm sorry, Trader Man? Hey, Cody. I mean, Ty's got a good point. Oil is kind of overextended right now to the upside. And given the correlation seems to be on, if oil pulls back a little bit, that could be kicking shorts out of the trade. Good morning, Clay. I mean evening. Where are you located, Cody? I thought you were in America. You must not be if it's evening for you. I'll be back in just a second. Abby, did Dan show up yet? Oh, okay. You're gonna go to the property? Yeah, why don't you do both? Does Sam need you out at the property? Yeah. He's probably not even out there. He's probably just a concrete guy. Yeah. Well, I mean, that would just be a quick trip out there then. Yes. Bye, buddy. Oh, yeah? Oh, really? Really? Wow. Yeah, okay, I gotta go by. See you later. Ooh. Do I do it? Do I do it? Plumber's not coming today. Had a busy morning. I kind of like this as a short. Oh. It's so hard to resist the bear flag, bear pennant, whatever you want to call it. Oh, boy. Oh, I chased. Oh, boy. That was... Uh-oh. The entry was more so up there, but let's see if we can get some more momentum. Come on. I got to get out there. That was a chase. You just lose so much flexibility in a trade if you don't get the entry point that you really wanted. And yeah, in hindsight, it would have turned out fine. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking definitely up around the yellow line, not that far below it. Again, in hindsight, yeah, I would have been perfectly fine. But yes, that's hindsight. Okay, Chris, you are overcomplicating this. Because you made the good decision way back when to learn about charts, you are 97% of the way there to understanding futures. Because futures are just charts. So like literally what you talked about, standard deviations, blah, 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 you can do all that with futures too. The only thing you have to understand is just how the points system works. But given you are a former engineer and mathematician, I promise you, you'll be able to understand the points system in about 4 seconds. So yeah. Okay, well, I mean, if you want to overcomplicate it, that's fine. But like I'm telling you right now, if given you already use charts, you can just take those concepts and apply them to futures because it's just charts. Okay, well, I promise you, learning about you're not relearning anything. It's charts. Like I literally just played a a bear flag breakdown. That's all I do. Like there's nothing to overcomplicate. Like I guess if you want to learn what the futures market is, okay, but that has nothing to do with like a technical pattern, which you already said you're using charts. Like a bull flag is a bull flag in stocks. A bull flag is a bull flag in futures. A bull flag is a bull flag in crypto. A bull flag is just a bull flag. Oil short opportunity? I don't know. Maybe. I kind of have mixed feelings looking over at oil right now. Again, if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it helps. It may not seem like it's doing a whole lot, but it's actually a very simplistic way to help support the stream. Now, code Clay all caps with your prop firm of choice. That's definitely the better way to help support it. But hitting that like button also helps. So if you're enjoying, if you're entertained, if I've made you laugh, or maybe you've just laughed at me, hey, that's still some entertainment. So hit that like button. Yeah. What David says, that makes sense. Oh, Nas. Sorry to hear. All right, last man. Last man, you gotta stop with you gotta get into prop firms, buddy. Today the chart is very ABC. I don't know what that means. Like very basic? I'm always entertained by your remark to stupid comments. Oh boy. Cool. Yes, basic. Well, sounds like you must be having a good day, Cody. If you're looking at the markets and being like, this is so basic. You dim-witted peasants. It's all so basic today. Well, Cody, congrats. You're going to have a good weekend, it sounds like. Yeah, I was thinking, is he talking about the ABCD pattern thing? Well, Cody, we look for some actual trade plans from you. You're not like totally a lip flapper, but you're kind of a lip flapper. We need 3 numbers from you in the same message, actual numbers. No more of this range garbage. I want to be like you, Cody. I want to see your mind work since this is such basic stuff. I want to see it. I want to see your mind at work, Cody. Show us. He's trolling? We'll see. There's a reason ex-military and college athletes make up large proportion of successful traders, high discipline fields. Cody, listen. Listen, my friend. We're going to have a little chat. Just give us a trade plan. Just 3 numbers. That's all we need. That's all we want. Don't be a Billy. Don't be a Billy, Cody. Be a Cody. And to all of you whose names is Billy, I apologize. Okay, here we go. Long 280. Wait, what? 280? Huh? Am I dented? 280. What is he trading? ES? Is that where the 280 would come from? Oh, maybe. And you're not even. He's over here. Oh, okay. So you are trading. Goodness. Okay. A beautiful disaster. Okay, retype it all correctly, please, in the same message. Please. See what now you're doing? You're spamming. You're just like all that. Just put into one message. We'll wait, brother. Long 820. Okay. Stop. That doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. You're long at 820 and your stop is above. Or am I the idiot here? No, long at 820. His target is 830. His stop is 850. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I think he's rage baiting now. At this point, this has got to be a troll, right? Do we have confirmation Cody is just completely a troll? When did this guy's channel start? Oh! A couple days ago. April 29th. Oh, you have totally been here before. I think his English is not first language. That's actually possible because we do have people from around the world. He did just start his name on the 29th. So, yeah. Yeah, a little suspicious. The code. I bet Billy is Cody's spirit animal. That's my prediction. Billy is Cody's spirit animal. And it's really not even that. If you don't like straight up honesty, this ain't more so like if you don't like straight up clarity, because that's ultimately what a trade plan is doing. It's providing ultimate clarity from every angle. So yes, to nitpick a little bit, if you don't like clarity, then you're not going to like here. If you like to just use words and play in the gray and try to hide behind broad statements where you can never actually be nailed down, then yeah, you will not like this. But if you're somebody that's all for clarification, which hint, hint, is kind of important to have clarity, then yeah, you'll like this place. But like Billy, Billy did not like clarity. Wait, I have to actually give numbers? I can't just say words? I hear what you're saying though, Homer. You weren't here for Billy? Well, Billy was one of our most recent lip flappers. Fit the normal mode. They show up, they just start saying a bunch of stuff. You're like, okay, cool. I appreciate it. Can you give us some numbers? And then more words. And then, well, I'm just trying to help. I said, okay, that's cool. You could help us best by giving us some actual numbers. And then, like, they gave us, like, a number and a half. And I'm like, well, that's not really. Could you give us numbers? And then the logical fallacies, the red herring showed up. And then he's calling me a weirdo, so the ad hominem. And it just spun out of control. Hey, Cody, were you ever going to give us an actual trade plan that made sense or no? And by the way, Cody, who were you beforehand? Like, you just created your name a couple days ago. Hey, Raymond, good to see you. Look at Bruce with 3 numbers. Oh, my goodness. How did he do that? Oh, wow. Bruce even picked it up more. It gave us position size. Okay, Bruce. Oh, my. I'm going long here. I don't know if it'll work out, but I'll take a swing at it. If we can actually get the move down here, look at this. We have this previous support where we had a bounce and a bounce. We have the VWAP dotted yellow line, and we have a pivot point. We got all kinds of support around that area. Now, that doesn't mean that it will bounce. Remember yesterday, we had, what was that? We had a pretty epic resistance zone. We had a rising wedge. We had the price at the top of the rising wedge, and the price still was like, whoop, didn't care. Okay, so Cody just got stopped out regardless. Because I'm assuming if he got in at 820 and his target was 830, I would assume he was running a 10-point stop. Which right there he got stopped out. But we ultimately don't know because he did not give us an actual stop. Yeah, was I right? You got stopped out there? Which was kind of rough because it like stopped you out at the very bottom. That was kind of mean. Yeah, right there. Am I right there, Cody? You got in at 820 and then stopped out at 810? I was going long 10 points, 830. So you're risking 30 points to make 10. Roger that. Or I'm sorry. You're risking 20 points to make 10 points. Gotcha. All right. NX is a sway trader. Mistakes were made. That is true. Mistakes were made. But there does reach a point where it's like, okay, are these actual mistakes or are these just rage baits? Okay, Cody. Yeah, you are. Yes. Hopefully you can understand the chat and myself is struggle to understand what you're even doing or saying. It's typos. It's this. It's that. It's just. All right, John Cara. Well, I'll consider that a victory if the entertainment value here can help you not force trades. 1 ES mini long 10 things. All right, Notorious. I don't know what you're talking about, Cody. You're the one that was just telling us how today's so basic. This is a weird looking chart right now. Look at all these lower shadows. It's like hammer, 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 hammer. This is actually super goofy looking when you actually stop and think about each one of these candles. I mean, to learn the language of the chat. But no, you don't need a manifesto. Here's the language of the chat. An entry point as a number. Surely you know what an entry point is. A stop loss as a number. I think you know what that means. And then finally, a target price as a number. That's the language of the chat. I think you know if... Hey, Better Call Saul. Why do I recognize the name? You lose money every day in the chat. You make more selling courses instead of actually trading. Okay, if that is true, so. Michael Jordan made way more money selling shoes than playing basketball. What are you saying? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like that, those are the... Oh, goodness. Well, I know it's a Breaking Bad spinoff. I'm just saying. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, he's a guy he's just upset at life for some reason. Okay, you heard it here. Michael Jordan is a fraud. The logic goes, because Michael Jordan made more money selling shoes than playing basketball, he is a fraud. Okay, well, you are entitled to that sort of logic. I think a lot of people will find that logic unique, but you can have it. You're good, top 40. You're good. Because a doctor writes a book about something and makes more money from the book sales than being a doctor, that doctor is now a fraud. Okay. If that's the logic you want to go with, Better Call Saul. More power to you, brother. You can be a bad trader and still sell courses because people are... Right. I mean, you kind of set yourself behind the 8 ball, though, brother. When you show up and say, I lose money every day. Okay. I mean, okay. But it's okay. I recognize you. I know you're not here to be... I know you're not here to actually have a discussion. You're just angry at the world for some reason. Have a good one, top 40. But there we go. So don't worry. Oh, please, Clay, just let this guy go. Don't worry. Between that comment and the Michael Jordan is a fraud because he makes more money selling shoes than he did from playing basketball, so therefore he's a fraud, I will not engage anymore. Yeah, what David said. Looking for a short at 840. Where's your stop loss going to be? Clay, you very rarely I see you lose money. What is? Well, I mean, it's yeah, it's just Skeletor. He's just a well-known troll. So don't pay any more. It's okay. All right, Cody. He entered at 820. His target is 840. His stop is 800. All right, Cody. There we go. I can respect that. You are a man of courage. I thought the pole barn was homeless shelter. That is true, Kyle. That is true. The purple line is the 50 SMA. All right, there we go. Now we got the stop. Short 840. I'm more long. I mean, look at all these hammers. This is such a goofy looking chart. Look at all these hammers. Like, it's got to for sure go up, right? Like, guaranteed? I should probably, I don't know. Yeah, I should have probably. Okay, if we can get another candle that comes down here and starts to come back up, I'm going long. Almost Cody. Come on, get up there for Cody. 2 more. Get there for Cody. 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. Hey, I don't know if it would have filled him. Come on, get above 40. Get above 40. There we go. Good job, Cody. See? That's the power of clarity. Cody gave us a trade plan in real time, so now we can all cheer him on and say, hey, man, good job. Compared to the people that show up and they're like, yeah, I got in down here and I just sold. Trust me, bro. It's like, okay, well, trust me, bros aren't that cool. But when you say it in real time, it's so much better that way. So good job, Cody. Good job. It will go up for a liquidity hunt. Oh, boy. Yeah, he did it. See, that's why it's so much better. I don't know why people get so defensive when, like, we ask for a trade plan. Like, it's fun to cheer people on, too. All right, Lavelle Armstead entered 840. We'll see what she wants to do. Ooh, we have a high right there as a rejection point. And then we have the 50 right there. So like almost like a little double top area, maybe. See, this is okay. Oh, okay. All right, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to do that, Chris, but I'm just letting you know right now. And I don't say this to be rude. I just say it to maybe help be honest or be efficient with your time. I'm not sure how many people care with you calling out like a trade plan for stocks since this is day trading futures. I mean, you're welcome to do so, but I also don't want to have you sit here and waste your time. Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, this is why I'm banning Better Call Saul. Not because he's disagreeing, but he's just an incessant liar. Last time he was here, it was like 90-some%. Now he's up to 99. So, yeah. There does reach a point where I can handle a little bit, but when you just make it so obvious, you're just upset at life, and you're here to troll, you're gone. That's so sad. It's so sad. Hey, Neil. Hey, Neil. Good to see you. Just in time for a ban. Yeah, that was an easy one. That was an easy one. That was one of the more wild claims, though. Michael Jordan is a fraud because Michael Jordan made more money selling shoes than he did playing basketball. Therefore, fraud. Okay. Okay. Purple line is 50 SMA. What the way? Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. That's another way you could look at it. That is true, Mr. Wall Street. That is very, very true. This thing is about to drop. Well, then what's your trade plan, the Ryan? I'm assuming you're short right now. Where are you short and where's your stop loss at, Ryan? Hurry up. Ryan's like, wait, what? Huh? I can't just say stuff? I have to provide clarity? Mom, help me. This man is being mean. Come on, Ryan, where are you at? Where are you short at? Where's your stop at? Mommy, he's yelling at me. Mommy, don't worry about the meatloaf right now. Come rescue me. And then nothing. To be fair to Ryan, he's already been right because it did drop. It dropped. We just watched it drop like 5 points. Okay, so yeah, you were right. That's what I mean by clarity. But like, okay, he didn't specify how much it would drop. He just said it'll drop. Yeah, it's already dropped. It's dropped as soon as it drops by a tick. Technically speaking, he say, "See, I was right. I dropped by a tick." Yeah, to be fair, a one tick drop is a drop. That's again why a trade plan is so powerful. It provides ultimate clarity. Because had he told us an entry and a target, the target tells us how far he think it'll drop. So it's it's self-defining. Okay, once again, Custom. Custom, are you ready for a business lesson? Custom, maybe you are wondering, should I start a business? I have a little quiz for you that'll help identify if you have any business bones in your body or not. Are you up for the quiz? Been here for 5 minutes. Is this how the stream goes? That's right, Nomad Fit Life. Me calling out lip flappers? Yup. Are you offended when I seek clarity, Nomad? Me seeking clarity. Does that offend you? You love it. Good. We do trade too, but like, no, I will give Ryan a shout out. He never spoke up, but at least he didn't show up and say, "I told you so," after that red candle. So I thought Ryan was going to do that. I got that one wrong. But okay, here's your business lesson, Custom. You're like, I love seeing Clay crash out. But now here's the thing. Am I actually crashing out? Am I actually? Your clue is in the bottom right-hand corner. If you can connect those dots, you have some business bones in your body. If you're like, I don't understand how is that supposed to help me? That's okay. Not everybody has business sense. Just like I don't have an artistic mind, that's okay. Some people don't have a business mind. But here's a way to figure that out. You seem to think I'm crashing out, but my hint to you is read the bottom right-hand corner. What is your strategy? The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, Custom. So therefore, maybe calm down with like, hey man, why are you freaking out? Just realize, I'm cooking. But you're correct. You passed the test. Looks like you got some business savvy. Dude, where did Ryan? I mean isn't that weird? How some people you ask for those 3 numbers and like, dude just disappeared. He's gone. Him and Billy. It's crazy. The power of asking for 3 numbers it's like a bug spray. Hey, thank you, Nomad Fit Life. I trade with Take Profit Trader. And then I use Tradovate through Take Profit Trader. That's the link at the top of the screen there. So if you go there to that link, and then if you want to help support the stream, get the current promotion, 40% off, and then 0 activation fee, code CLAY, all caps. I appreciate your consideration. Am I better off privately trading 2K account with a prop? Because you could lose $2,000 in the blink of an eye. That's how crazy futures are. But in the prop firm, yeah, if you were to lose $2,000, you'd lose an account, meaning you'd fail. But given if you only spent $100 for the account, for the same $2,000 losing trade, one situation you lose all $2,000. The other situation is you lose 100. So from that mathematical perspective, the prop firm is seems to suggest the math makes sense. Yes, G to toy. Yes, it does. What is 0 activation fee? After you pass the test and you move to your pro account, some prop firms, they have activation fees. Okay, you pass the test. Now you have to activate your pro account. With Take Profit Trader, they do have that. It's $130. But with code CLAY, it would be $0. I got wrecked today, not going to lie. Blue 2 pros. Trying to get my sorry to hear that. I used code CLAY, but they charged me $102 per month. Well, that's not the activation fee. That's just the subscription fee, which is $102, because the $102 is with the 40% off. You can choose from many different platforms, Chris, but this is Tradovate. Even if I keep stop loss tight and only take A+ trades, well, you see, your problem with that is you're presupposing that you're always going to be a flawless human being. Hey, thank you, Jocko. Unfortunately, you're not always going to do what you're saying. Right? I get it. You just said, even if I keep a tight stop loss and only take A+ trade setups, well, in other words, even if I'm always behaving perfectly, then okay, that's a little bit of a different conversation. But that is, I reject your premise. Because the fact of the matter is, with trading, you're not always going to behave. You're not always going to take A+ setups. Your voices are going to irritate you. Maybe you don't sleep well at night. You're going to have bad days. And that's what the prop firm is ultimately protecting you against, those bad days when they show up. Not if they show up, when they show up. Because if anybody tries to tell you, I never have bad days as a trader, they are lying to you. They are lying to you. No, you cannot. You'll have to make a little bit of a different platform switch, but it's not that big of a deal. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Care you consistently taking payouts? Care you? I think you mean can't. Well, can you stop yelling at me with all caps? You're hurting my feelings. I grew up getting participation trophies. You're hurting my feelings yelling at me. Can you consistently, I think what you mean by, can you consistently take payouts? Yeah. No, let me be very clear. Is that easy? No, but that's not because of prop firms. That's just because trading is hard. Yeah. Maybe there's a little value in the win rate, but yes, I don't think there's much value at all. Hey, have a good one, margin call. Take care. I know who you are, Raphael. Oh, you are so Christian Garcia. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, good try, Christian. Or I mean, you're on what iteration of this? Like your number 5 name on here? Now it's becoming like a joke. Oh, that's funny. In my mind, trading is like 50-50 gamble up or down, but it never seems to work out that way. Uh-huh. 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 I'm sure you are, Raphael. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's funny, though. That's funny. I'm just trying to think, do I ban you right now, or do we just keep you around because at least we know who you are? Because if I ban you, then we got to figure it out again. Because for whatever reason, you just insist on coming back. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, well, let's do this, Rafael Garcia. You send me a screenshot of this money that you made today. Can you do that, Rafael Garcia? Can you send me over a screenshot? Last man. So with Take Profit Trader, you could get started with the 25K purchasing power, which is $90. Again, per month is only during the test phase. The goal is to pass within 1 month, which is plenty of time with futures because futures move so quick. So ultimately $90. So that'll be your risk. So if you look at this as a $25,000 trade, then your stop loss is ultimately $90, right? Because if you have a losing trade, aka you cook the account because you go out there and lose $1,500, then ultimately out of your pocket, it's $90. That's how I look at prop firms. Each account is actually a trade. So for a 25K trade, your stop loss is $90. And then if you pass, you get to the pro and start to make money, that is how the ROIs add up very quickly, right? Because if your all-in amount invested is $90 and then you go out there and let's just say you get $300 in payouts before you cook the account, well, what's your ROI on that? You still make 233% ROI. So, I mean, that's just why prop firms are powerful, because of the nature of the ROI equation and because your ability to keep this number so little. I mean, it makes it pretty much no-brainer math-wise. Yes, I can do that, but it is always an issue with you. Doesn't matter how much I want to behave here, you still not satisfy. Okay, so you are Christian Garcia. No, because I'm not a dented baboon. So no, I don't do that stuff. In fact, those letters make me want to pull my eyeballs out of my head. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that post. But yeah, if you want to, so clay@claytrader.com. You go ahead, you send me the proof of that, and you will break the mold of who we think you are. Unless you just want to fess up. If you just fess up, yes, I was Christian Garcia, and then what was your most recent name? I can't quite remember. If you just want to fess up that is you, yes, you can use NinjaTrader with them. See? Right here. So you pick the account size, and then down here, if you want, there they are. You can choose the... Now, again, this is what I'm using, but they do also have NinjaTrader. I know a lot of people like TradingView. They also have other platforms here too. But yeah, a lot to choose from. Doesn't make no sense. Okay, Rob, so are you going to send me the proof, or you have two choices, or else I'm just going to ban you. You can either send me the proof, or you can fess up and say, no, I actually am that person. And if you do fess up, then I won't ban you, because at least we know who you are. But if you're like, no, I'm not that person, then fine. Send the proof that you made what you said you did, because you're fitting the mold to the T of who we're pretty sure you are. Because it's a joke, Ram. That's why. It's a joke. The guy is a cult leader, and it's just, yeah, I don't want to get into it. When you go from test phase to pro, does your account reset? Yes, yep. So just price action and market. I don't know. What do you want to call this? I'm using candlesticks with trend lines and moving averages and the volume profile. I don't know. What do you call that? I don't know. Is market structure the same as patterns? If market structure is the same as patterns, then yes, I guess I trade market structure. I just always thought they were called patterns until somebody came around and like, ooh, if we call it market structure, we'll sound even smarter. Right? If we call consolidation, which is, as far as I'm concerned, what it's always been called, we'll call it negotiation. It's forming a head and shoulders. Okay, Christy, so how do you plan on making money from this head and shoulders? Where are you getting, where's your entry, where's your stop, and where's your target, Christy? Fair enough, you have observed a head and shoulders. Fantastic. Now tell us, how do you plan on making money from it? I'm going to send it to you, but I don't need to be here. But I don't. Okay, that'd be great, Raphael. I'm trading Uztek. I just said upper. I don't know what that means. I just said upper. Huh? Well, I just said downer. What's the sun, lefty? Huh? What is going on all of a sudden? What is going on? We got people talking about uppers. We got somebody talking about what's the sun, the lefty? What's that sun, the lefty? Kids. Please, meth is not your friend. Yeah, it's. I don't know what you're talking about. You're asking about a sun on the lefty. Son of a left. I don't know. In at 850, 850. Out at 8. Okay, Cody. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Yeah, next time, trust me, bro, trade plans aren't really our cup of tea around here. Next time, you got to kind of let us know in real time. It's on the left. Yeah, okay. Okay, Unknown Poppy, I think, just needs a ban. What's on the left? Are you talking about this? Because that's on the right, brother. That's the right. Okay, well, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't understand this. I didn't think this was like a mirror. This is on the right for all of you, isn't it? Just type right or left. This thing right here, which he's talking about, is that on the right or left for you? I don't know. Is maybe like you guys are seeing the reverse of what I'm seeing. Okay, right. Poppy, put down the meth pipe, you crackhead. I'm serious, kids. Maybe left. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe he's just smoking meth right now. Maybe that too. What is it? No, no. I'm not telling you anything like that until you learn your left from your right. Learn your left from your right, and then we can talk trading. Let's baby steps here, brother. Baby steps. I will help you. Hold up your hands like this. The one that makes an L, that is your left, okay? Aurora Fines, you can use the same account, assuming I'm understanding your question right. I don't know, JV. I have not put any thought into it, so yeah, you probably wouldn't want my thoughts. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting more people, Chris, that are day trading stocks because it's only $2,000 and then smacking them in the face and saying, hey, let me show you some math that shows you a better way. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to get more people into doing what makes sense. What's an L? It's a number. Is take profit payout method quick? Yes, it is. Now, I don't know if it's the quickest, but it is definitely quick. Like, it's not like some of these firms where you have to wait multiple days to get approved and then multiple days to see if they're going to send. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. You're welcome, Aurora Fines. I only have experience with Take Profit Trader, Maggie. Have you ever gotten any payouts, Maggie? Oh, you have? Cool. Yeah, well then you know that that's quick enough. Okay, unknown Dom. We got to... Okay. Unknown Dom. This circle right here. Is this on the right or left of your screen? I want to take it on my shoulders to teach you right from left. Now hold up your fingers, brother. Hold up your fingers. Is that yellow circle on the right or left? Go like this. Which one of those? Oh my... We got him! Good job, Unknown Poppy. Oh, is that like poppy seeds? Wait, what are poppy seeds used for? Oh. Wait, I think I solved the mystery. Aren't poppy seeds used for like potentially... That's what I was thinking, BMR. Aren't they used for Yeah. Yeah, okay. Unknown Poppy, I think we got him. We know what the meaning behind his name is. All right. I'm looking... Crap. I got to stop talking about poppy seeds and get a little bit more serious here, brothers and sisters and furries. Yeah, the live stream, I mean, they're... Okay, I guess we won't talk about anything, but like, I love going down a good old rabbit hole. Poor gold. I forgot to look at gold today. Oh, yeah, not doing a whole lot. I guess you guys would let me know if gold was doing something crazy, so... You guys as a chat are always helpful with that. Dude, who remember silver? Like every other person would show up. Do you trade silver? Do you trade silver? And now just like that, nobody talks about silver anymore. No, the concrete guys are out there today. I don't know if they're pouring today, but they're probably getting the prep work done. I don't know if companies work on a Saturday, but hopefully the weather, I think the weather, who knows in Iowa? Who knows? If you grew up in the Midwest, you know exactly what I mean. The great mystery of the weather is, yeah, my guess is he's aiming to pour on Monday. It's supposed to be 81. But he is out there today, so that's good. I see. Thanks for correcting you. Still nothing from Raphael, by the way. What strategy? I use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. I like some candlesticks. I like some moving averages. I like some trend lines. Volume profile is nice. I like the VWAP. You can learn about the private community right here. Right here, brother. Here you go, Swain. Hey, Evo. And as far as win rate, irrelevant. Very, 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 very overrated statistic. It is possible to have a 95% win rate and still lose money. So win rate is one of the more deceiving statistics out there, and I definitely don't track it or care about it. I will not go as far as to say it is a worthless statistic, but it's close. And I think the way it would be would be helpful if you're like, man, dude, I'm at like a 15% win rate. Okay, that'd be pretty good evidence that you have no idea what you're doing at all. Yo, Clay, do you think that trading can be a full-time job? That depends on how you define full-time job. If it is your only stream of income, absolutely not. I believe in doing what wealthy people do, and I've studied wealthy people, and I've noticed that they all have many streams of income. So that is what I'm after, many streams of income. So if trading is a part of streams of income, fine. But yeah, if trading is literally your only stream of income, and that's how no, absolutely not. The pressure is what the pressure would be too much. Especially for somebody like me. Like, I have zero problem. And if this makes me a bad trader, if this makes me a fraud, if this makes me anything negative, but as somebody with 6 kids, if trading was my only stream of income, I would fail miserably. That pressure of needing to pay for groceries and keep the electric bill on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that pressure would pop my head like a pimple. So I am on team multiple streams of income. So no, but yeah, if trading is literally your only stream of income and you're not like living in your mom's basement where you don't have any other costs in life, then yeah, I'm not quite sure day trading is even possible as a again, under that definition of full-time. If it is literally your only stream of income. If everything depends on whether or not you're making money that week, on whether or not your bill gets paid or your rent paid or your mortgage or your car payment or food, if that is all depending on your trading, yeah. Yeah, Chris, you are definitely not who I'm talking about. You are 100% not a full-time trader. Didn't you just say earlier your wife's a doctor? That's some good multiple streams of income, buddy. You married a doctor. Good job. Don't tell me you're a full-time trader. You're not. You're definitely not relying on trading as your only form of income when your wife is a doctor. Again, shout out to you. You married a doctor. But no, you're not a full-time trader the way I'm kind of talking about it. Yeah, exactly. So don't be running around saying, I trade full time. No, because that's not your only stream of income, buddy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Trading is my only income. Yeah, well, give me some more details on your life. I don't have a car. I do not have loans. 1-bedroom apartment, utility bills, and internet less than $200 per month. Okay. Right. Now, get yourself a wife, get yourself some kids, and you'll see how the pressure starts to change a little bit. I think that's where most people's goals are headed. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you want to live in that situation the rest of your life. If it is, okay, I suppose it's possible. But like, I think a lot of people, the goal is like to maybe have a family. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe times change. But like, but under that context, sure. A rich wife, exactly. A rich wife is a nice stream of income. But again, Chris, good job. You are doing the multiple streams of income model. That's that. So I'm on board. Okay, well, I think you'd probably, I would assume you're the exception, not the rule. Sounds like you're living a very, very, very basic life, which is fine. I'm not saying that is bad. But I think you don't have a car, you don't have any loans, you have a 1-bedroom apartment, and your utility bills and stuff are less than $200 per month. Okay. Are there exceptions to every rule? Sure, but I don't think most people are like that. So multiple streams of income, Clay. Are you saying get multiple wives? I mean, you could ask. You could get your current wife's thoughts on that. Listen, I know you're a doctor, but Sally over there is a dentist. Could we bring her in? That way we have even more streams of income. Gold crashing, market up. Okay, Billy, so are you going to give us a trade plan now or what? Code Clay not working. Well, that's because it's not spelled that way. It is C-L-A-Y, all caps. That would be my guess. Yeah, move to Utah. There you go. Once again, frater, you're kind of using lottery logic on me. What is lottery logic? It's I say playing the lottery is not good. And you're like, oh yeah, well tell that to the people that choose the right number. It's like, okay, yes. For those people that choose the right number, sure. I make this claim, generally speaking, that if literally your only stream of income is trading, you're going to have a lot of pressure. And you're like, well, what about, I do it. I don't have a car. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. And it's like, okay, well, fine. Okay, for people like you with a very, 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 very basic life, which again is fine. Okay, maybe that's true. But like, broadly speaking, some of you, good old lottery logic. You got to love lottery logic. Man, spoons are a great utensil. Oh, yeah? We'll tell that to the little boy in 1832 that was murdered with a spoon. Yeah. Okay, fine. And that situation, spoons were not good. Okay? Good grief. Not to mention, it is way harder to be a day trader in New York City than in Mobile, Alabama. Why? Why can anybody connect those dots? Why would it be harder to be a day trader in New York City compared to Mobile, Alabama? Does anybody understand why? Like, how could that be the case? There you go. Look at that. The cost of living makes a huge difference too. You can literally make it easier to become a day trader moving someplace with a lower cost of living if you wanted. I don't know. I've never tried TradingView. I just like Tradeovate, David. But yeah, if you like TradingView, there's no problem with that. But let me put it this way. If you're a single dude and you have super, super dirt cheap expenses now, all I'm saying to you is please aim, like, you're young. That's great. Start building multiple streams of income. Because I'm telling you right now, like, life picks up, responsibilities pick up, and that brings with it pressure. And having pressure on your shoulders and needing to make money in a market environment, that is a crazy scenario. But yeah, if you're like, well, Clay, I'm young and I'm going to live with no car. I'm going to live in a 1-bedroom apartment with dirt cheap expenses. I'm going to have a very basic life. Again, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, then for that category of person, fine. But for anybody that's like, well, no, I want a family. I want to move out in the suburbs. I want to maybe own some land. I want to have it. Again, I'm not saying that's right either. But for that category, I would encourage you, aim for multiple streams of income. I'm a digital moment. Yeah, again, and most people are not going to be like, you know what? I'm moving to Asia as a digital nomad because my cost of living is going to plummet, and therefore I can, okay, yeah. Hopefully we can agree, and I think you know this, Tempest, but like you are definitely, that's kind of like lottery logic there. So. But me, well, I decided I'm going to find myself a pretty lady. I'm going to, well, this is not a point of birds and bees, but with this pretty lady, 6 kids later, trying to build a homestead. I'm not saying I've done it right. I'm not saying that's how everybody has to do it. I'm just saying for that, I have no problem saying with my responsibilities, if my only stream of income came from trading, I would fail miserably. That pressure would pop my head like a pimple. No, yeah, somebody living in Arkansas? Well, heck, even living in Iowa. Like, cost of living here is quite nice. Started trading as a hobby, second job. Took a long time, 11 years. And grizzly bears that'll eat you, Cody. So after you score your winning trade, you can go rejoice outside and become lunch for a brown bear. Yeah, you got better views of the inside of a bear's stomach. Uh-huh. Hey, Mechanoble. All right, here we go. Maybe a long here as we pull back to this 21 EMA. Let's see what we can cook up here. I do want to get out to Montana, though, at some point. I hear it's beautiful. Trying to get long here. I am long. I have 6 kids. From 14 down to 2. Come on. See? Doggone it. That's what I mean. Look at that. That's the area that I wanted. Trying to add down there at that level since that's kind of what I wanted anyways. Now my blue line is behaving somewhat as a resistance, which is always annoying. Love the candle here, though. That's a nice candle at the 21 EMA. Nice strong move up. Bit of a pullback, so I haven't been chasing. Yes, the 21 EMA. Okay, let's see if I am able to add. So added there. Let's see if we can get the bounce here now. Come on. There we go. Got one taken out. Come up some more, brother. More. Bounce. Do it. Okay. Let's let these last 4 work for me. Put my stop right there. Well, I guess I lied. I'll put another target up there if it wants to get up there. But here we go. Let's see if we can get some... 21 EMA, what is it? Okay, if you don't know what an EMA is and you're Cody. I don't know what I can't. Cody is an enigma. I don't know what's going on. There we go, bounce. Come on, hit me. Oh, you dirty rat. You're going to... Come on. You can't get that close and then not hit me. Put another target out there in case there's a spike. Well, right now, my risk is I make 8 points. Reward unknown because I don't know how high this will go. So I like these situations where, like I said, my risk is I get to make 8 points. Reward, I don't know because I don't know how high this might want to break. Come on. Get up there. Hit that next target. You know, at this point, I think I can get even a little bit more. I'm going to move that next target up to there instead. I mean, why not? I'm making 8 points Come on. Go back up. Thank you. Risk-free. Yeah, I like these situations. Chris, was that a joke? Please? That was a joke, right, Chris? The estimated moving average. Hey, Cody. I say this with all due respect, but yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. The guy that's like, what's an EMA? Okay, you're joking, right, Chris? This is all a joke? You're just carrying the joke forward? No. What is going on today? Okay, Chris, I think Chris is trolling us all. He thinks EMA is the estimated moving average. What is going on with my life right now? Okay, now my risk is, I don't know, like 16 points. Are you not going to hit me there? Come on, keep pushing. All right, I got a partial fill on the stop. There we are. All right, there we go. Stopped out. Okay, I have no idea if you're joking or not, but the 21, the EMA is exponential moving average. My mind is blown that we have like, oh, I'm a full time. We got Cody over here claiming how easy the market is, and the dude doesn't even know what an EMA is. Then we got the other full-time trader of 11 years or whatever, thinks the EMA is the estimated moving average. What is going on right now? Did we just enter is this an episode of the Twilight Zone? Early morning, right? Today we have moved into Twilight Zone territory. Where's your stop loss? Nowhere. Just as my entry point right now is nowhere. Just as my target price right now is nowhere because I'm not in a trade. I don't know. Twilight Zone was actually a little ahead of my time. I just remember the theme song for it, and I remember the general premise of it, which is why I make the reference. Well, thank you, Ardney. But we have officially moved into the Twilight Zone territory on the live stream. These are the moments where I begin to question life choices. How did I get here? Am I a failure at life? I start to question a whole lot right now. Maybe Chris has been hanging out with with Poppy too much. Thank you, Gamgi. Yeah, I know. I'm just, again, you got to read the bottom right-hand corner. Dude, Jimbo, Jimbo, I want to ask you a question, but I know your answer, and your answer is gonna make me infuriated. So I'm not even gonna ask because I know it's just even thinking about it, I'm getting irritated at you right now. So I'm not gonna ask. Clay, you were saying having multiple streams of income. Is YouTube one of them for you? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I can be any more transparent. Like, if people want this stream to continue, you got to use code Clay. This is fun, don't get me wrong. But I'd be a liar if I said, oh, the only reason why I'm here is because it's so fun. It is fun, but like I said, that'd make me a dog-faced pony soldier if I said that was the only reason. No, like I said, I have 6 kids. I need to manage my time wisely. So this does need to be, quote unquote, worth my time. And if that makes me a greedy person, I guess I'm greedy then. But if I'm going to take 4 hours away from my family every day, I think it would make me a good father to make sure it's worth my time. So yes, this is certainly one of the streams of income. So code Clay, all caps. Remiz, I don't answer questions like that because it reveals such just an ineptitude. I can't stand questions like that. Who cares? You can watch me trade. If you think I'm a terrible trader, if you think my explanations make no sense, then who cares? Again, Michael Jordan made more money selling shoes than playing basketball. Who cares? He's a good businessman. Thank you, June. As I've said, and I always will say, trading, what I'm doing is not scalable. What do I mean by not scalable? I have to be here to trade. My mentorship, Code Clay, YouTube ad revenue, happens when I'm sleeping, when I'm out playing with my family. So of course I make more money from that stuff because that is working 24 hours, 24/7, 365 for me. Trading requires me to be here. And that's why it annoys me. Like some people, they just, like they think it's a dig. Oh, this guy makes more money from XYZ instead of trading. Yes, because those other things are scalable. This is not. But some people are so just, I don't know what you would want to say. They just don't understand basic business that in their mind, I am now a scammer because I make more money from things, not because those other things are more scalable, but just, I don't know, just because. That is why I always say, please, if you are on team, multiple streams of income, eventually make it a goal to get passive streams of income. Those are the best. Why did you keep putting this on my algo? That's weird. I did not realize. See, Michael? I'm playing you like a little puppet. It puts it on your algo because it knows it's going to click on it. So you can come here and then just say your grievances. So I love how you're blaming the algo for why you're here, as if you could not just keep on scrolling. See, you're arguing with me. No, I'm just pointing out a very ironic thing you're complaining about. Nobody wants this to continue. Says the guy that's still here commenting. Clay, besides YouTube and trading, do you have a regular job? I do not. Nope. That was pretty funny, though. Dude blames the algorithm for being here as opposed to his own ability to just keep scrolling. I mean, you know you're a troll. I mean, that's funny. Like, he's not that stupid. I understand he's trolling because nobody's that dumb. That's true. Mushroom hunting will be a stream of income too. That'll be more for my kids, though. Hopefully they can make some money. Oh, Poppy now come on. Poppy going at Chris now too. Chris owns a Ferrari, but as far as the EMA is concerned, dang, Poppy going at Chris now. Dang, what a rough group. That's how I got here, from Algo to Baboon. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know about the legalities of that, Jim. Dang, now Unknown Poppy's calling Chris a brokey. Hey, wait, let's call a timeout. Let's call it a timeout. We're all on the same team here. Chris, he made an honest mistake, whatever. We've all been there. But around these parts, we do like to poke and prod each other a little bit in good fun. But Unknown Poppy, let's just calm down. Chris has been just fine. He made a little mistake. Given that's what guys do, we gave him a little bit of a hard time. But let's just all calm down. Business. Huh? Poppy? I'll get Chris in here, business if want. In here, business if want. Oh, you're making him a job offer. I gotcha. Do you see trading as a side hustle or a part-time job? Either one. My argument would be it should be a stream of income within a larger stream of income. Whoa, what was... Hey, okay, let's buckle up. Grab your jock straps, boys. Yeah, I got it right here. Don't you worry about it. I got it. All right, Poppy is willing to employ you, Chris, and teach you the EMA. So Poppy is extending you an, I was going to say an olive branch, but a poppy branch. I don't know if that was, maybe news. That was good size volume. I don't know. That wasn't really the 77 up to, yeah. I mean, that actually wasn't that big of a move. Oh, dang, a 6-figure job offer. All right, Chris, he's cooking. I think that was a news candle. I don't know. It was like 25 points. Look at this. This is like a networking thing. It's like business networking now. I'm getting 300-point upswing vibes. Oh, right. That's how you trade. You go on your vibes. Yeah, no. Again, everybody. I understand how it can be deceiving. Whoa, look at this big thing. Yes, but let's look over here. This movement here was like a whopping 25 points. Now, a few months ago, this movement here would have been like 90 points on those very volatile days. But it's not actually that volatile out here today. So, no, I don't think this was any sort of news candle because it only moved 25 points. I get it. I understand it. It looks like it moved like a lot because it's, but like just relatively speaking, eh. Still nothing from Raphael, by the way. So, Raphael. Oh, I'll send it to you. Yep, nothing. Nothing. I don't think anybody's necessarily shocked by that. On Tuesday, it would have been 100 points. What it? I can't remember. Was Tuesday pretty volatile? Can't remember. Doesn't matter what you say. He's going to come up with a reason why. Hey, Michael, I'll challenge that. You call me sexy right now, and I promise I will not come up with a reason why you're wrong. Do it. Do it. I'm about to prove you wrong. Go ahead. Call me sexy right now. Say Clay sexy. And I will not come up with a reason why you are wrong, which therefore proves your claim is wrong. Go ahead. Go ahead. Call me sexy. Say it. I'll wait. I'll wait. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Doesn't matter what you say. He's going to come up with a reason you are wrong. Go ahead. Call me. Say Clay sexy. Uh-oh. Did I just box you into a corner? Oh, no. Oh, no. I just boxed him in. Dang. Dang. What a bummer for him. It's like fishing. It's like, what is it? Fishing for shooting a barrel? No, it's shooting fish in a barrel. Clay, what do you think about this? I've been trading my personal account with small size, risking them and using the pounds. I mean, if it's working, that's fine. Hey-o. I just think, hopefully, when you have that bad day that shows up in your personal account, it doesn't spin out of control. Okay, unknown. I'm deleting that message out because that's literally not the code. Yep, got me. Okay, you know what? Hey, I can respect that. Somebody that's like, you know what? You got me. I respect that so much more than the person that tries to wiggle their way out of it. So, Michael, you have my respect. That is actually a sign of intellectual honesty right there. I got him. He admitted it. Cool. So, shout out to Michael. I respect that a whole lot more than when you got somebody kind of logically trapped and then they try to get out of it. But Michael did not. So, shout out to Michael. I can respect that. A lot, actually, compared to some of these people that show up. That's the ultimate. Yeah, hey, I mean, to be fair, right now it's working. It's working. Just be aware of the pitfalls. If you have a very, very bad day and you go on tilt, you don't want to, I don't know how much is in your personal account, but you don't want to burn it all down. I like it. I like when people just make up their own fallacies on the go. I mean, I realize I do the same thing with like the lottery logic thing. That's just totally made up. I don't know what that fallacy is actually called. Okay, how did you separate emotions? I let bad Fridays. Um, Fridays has gotten easier just because I've ruined enough weekends to, in some senses, trade, not like totally scared, but I don't know. Fridays freak me out in the sense of there's nothing worse than like a bad Friday and you have all weekend to think about it. So I don't know, Lance. It's just I ruin enough weekends to now, and I'll still ruin them every now and then, but that's very rare. I think I ruined one, if I remember right, like 3 or 4 months ago, but that is like a rarity. So I don't know. I guess for me, I just ruined enough weekends to finally be like, yeah, that's not worth it. Survivorship bias or something. I would assume it's something about like outlier bias. Like you're grabbing onto an outlier or like the exception and not the rule, and then you're using that to prove a point. But I don't know what that fallacy is. I like lottery logic though. I think that's got a good ring to it. Clay, I'm new to trading. Just been demo trading. Can you explain what a prop firm is? A prop firm is a way for you to have very little of your money at risk, but you do have a whole lot of upside. Because ultimately, the only amount that is at risk is what you buy the account for, which is going to be way less than what you're risking with your own funds, right? It's very easy with your own funds to need to risk a few $100s on a single trade. But with prop firms, the risk profile is just way different. I survived a plane crash, so it's easy, and if you didn't, it's your fault. Yeah, I don't know what that fallacy is. Okay, I thought you just might take MERS. I didn't know if there was some kind of shortcut. No, there's no shortcuts to emotions as far as I'm aware. I guess you just have to, maybe this could help. Like, what do you prioritize more? So for me, I prioritize more a good weekend, a fun weekend, more than actual money. So in other words, if I'm like, okay, if I take this trade, could I make more money? Yeah, but if I don't, and it's this amount of risk, is that going to ruin my weekend? Yes. Okay. While I do understand I could be making more money because my priority of I want to have a good weekend is higher, then I just won't take the trade. I'll be that much pickier. So I guess, I don't know, emotionally, like what means more for you? For me, again, I'm a father of 6 kids, right? I want to have a good weekend. Especially now, it's springtime, it's going to be warm. I don't want to have something hanging over my head about how I was a baboon on Friday just so I can make a little bit more money. And by the way, I'm not saying that this is the right way to put it. Maybe for you, your priority is like, you know what? I don't really have a whole lot going on this weekend. XYZ reasons. So, I mean, if I do have a bad weekend, like, who really cares? Like, it'd be worth it to maybe make some more money here. I don't know. What about start up a new eval? Yeah, that's true too. And like if you just absolutely demand, no, I want to keep trading, well then just fire up another eval. You know, so that's true too, newbie. That would be something. All right, have a good one, Sky Mountain. Brian, Kevin, Bitcoin. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than just saying Bitcoin with a question mark. Whoa, 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 whoa. First off, don't be going and buying $500 accounts. Well, it's all happening in a simulated environment. So they're not actually, like, if you go and lose. So if you buy an account for 102 and then you lose 2,000, you're not actually losing $2,000. You're in a simulator for the test environment. So what's in it for them? Well, they just get 102. What is ultimately in it for them, though, is if you go from the test to the Pro Plus, which is in the live market, and then they get to keep 10%. That is why I like Take Profit Trader, because incentives are aligned. They truly do want you to succeed. They truly do want you to crush it so that you get to the live market, and then they get to keep 10% of your gains. New to channel, just saying hi. Well, hey, Disciplined Will, good to have you. How can I get in a trade for Bitcoin this weekend? Don't. You're definitely not prepared to get in a trade if you're having to ask that question. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like you definitely have more learning to do. The tilt monster is always ready to pounce. I get triggered out of nowhere sometimes. Yeah, but it's not out of nowhere. Like last night when I blew that one account that I was $190 away from passing, like that didn't come out of nowhere. As I explained earlier in the stream, I was just having a bad day. And it started on the live stream yesterday. I was talking about the concrete guy and how he was not showing up. And then it was like, it felt like a wasted day. And then there were some other things going on. So I don't know. Listen, I get it. I'm a dude. When you're like, get in touch with your feelings, I'm like, when I hear that, I just want to start flexing and being like, yeah, I'm in touch with my feelings. Like, I just want to start to count the hair on my chest, okay? When somebody says, get in touch with my feelings, hey, let's count the hair. I can't do the head hair because, yeah, that's lacking. But, like, the chest hair, but, like, no, even as dudes, you got to get in touch with your feelings. Like, how are you actually feeling? Like, did you sleep well? Is something bugging you? If yes, I'm not saying to avoid trading, but maybe don't trade a pro account for that day. Maybe just stay in a test account. If you do trade the pro account, maybe keep the size smaller. But at the end of the day, you got to just be as much in touch with your feelings as possible. As hard as that is for us brothers. Yeah. Maybe AA. Are you hungover? That's probably not good. Were you smoking meth last night? Probably not good. You maybe want to take it easy. Yeah, Nas, you'll be all right, dude. But hey, listen, Nas. I promise you, there are many people in the prop firm space right now that look at like, dude, I've never even gotten a pro account, let alone gotten a pro account to buffer, and you've done it 3 or 4 times. So you are trending in the right direction, Nas, to try to show you some hope. In fact, Nas, there is probably a point in your journey where you're like, I don't even think passing this test is possible. But now look where you're at. You just got to go to that next hump. The next hump. How often am I live? Monday through Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. But I mean this as a compliment, but I do like that you're feeling bad, because that tells me you're treating this seriously. It tells me you're not just some degenerate gambler. So keep your head up. Wait, Cody. Okay, be honest. I'm not going to ban you. Are you CSG? When I say the name CSG, Does that mean anything to you? No? You sure? No, CSG. All right, Cody. Okay. All right. All right. Over here on the 5-minute. Ooh, Doc Soul. Look at this. Nice. Right. So for the record, I'm about to say this in the most snobby way possible. The most snobby way possible, because I speak from a place of bitterness and frustration with the way everybody just assumes that everything is EMA in futures. This is the 50 SMA. 50 SMA. What's this man got against EMAs? Oh, I use it. This is right here is a 21 EMA. But nothing boils my walnuts more than when somebody shows up and they're like, what EMAs are you using? It's like, well, who said I was using EMAs? Yeah. The whole EMA thing is never going to get let down. When anybody says, so what estimated moving averages are you using? The first thing I say is, put down the meth pipe. Today, Iran news, Trump tweeting, first day, new month, tariff news, Fridays are hard enough to begin with. A lot of people grenaded today. I don't know, yeah. Have you ever tried the 14 EMA on the 5-minute? No. I don't believe in cheat codes. My account got hit by a bazooka. Yeah. There were some bazooka-like movements today, so sorry to hear that, but just got to keep on grinding, brother. I'm hungry for guap. Every time I hit the hookah. Is that stuff bad for you or no? Like, what is hookah? I've seen a hookah lounge, and it's like those things that like come out of the Middle East or something, like Aladdin. Well, what is that stuff? Is it tobacco? Is it... By the way, I'm not trolling. I'm not rage, but like I literally don't know. Oh, it is tobacco? Okay, so it's bad for you then. It's kind of bad. Okay. Gotcha. Does it have nicotine in it? Because nicotine's the addicting stuff, right? I always get that confused. In a cigarette, it's not the tobacco that's addicting. It's the nicotine, right? Do I have my chemicals right? It's been a while since I've been in school. It's up to you what you smoke in it. Dude, I'm about to smoke some refried beans in that thing then. Oh, all tobacco has nicotine. That's how that works? A hookah is a community bong. Gotcha. So what, at a hookah place you're paying for the flavor? Hey, good for you, last man. Good stuff. Well, I will say what, you just were a magician in your budget. You literally just created money out of thin air. Because as my good buddy Benjamin Franklin said, one of my life quotes, a penny saved is a penny earned. So I mean, I guess I don't know how much you smoked, but I'm assuming you are noticing all sorts of extra cash in your budget now since you stopped smoking. So that's what I would say to you, to all you potheads, cigarette smokers, whatever else, beer drinkers. I'm telling you right now, you could be a magician with your finances. I can't afford a prop account. I can't afford to trade. Yeah? Quit doing those things and you'll notice magic. Where did all this extra money come from? I don't care which one is cheaper. I'm just saying that, yeah, if you need a little extra funds, I'm telling you how you can go into magician mode. Okay, yeah, if you don't smoke or drink, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to go into magician mode. Kyle, what, do you only drink bottled water? Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, even pop. I grew up calling it pop. We got quite the pullback here. Maybe a short back up to this area here. Not maybe, I will. I'll just put my stop up there. So looking for a short if this wants. So I'm looking for a back test of this breakdown point. Looks like we are seeing a bottom. What time frame are you looking at, Eric? I'm going to look for 1-to-1 for my first target. Just joined up watching these line converge. Right, but like what time frame are you saying it looks like the bottom's in? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to understand what are you looking at to make that claim. Again, I'm looking for a short up here. So then my stop is the green line. Long 840. Stop loss. Where's 840 at? Oh, are you long? Did you get... Oh, you're long. Where's your target at? Uh-oh. Don't do that. Uh-oh. Okay, you still got room. You still got room. The stop is down here. Okay, you're still got room. Yeah, watch that green line only. Last few minutes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not... What green line... And how is that green line... What led you about that green line to think that this was the bottom? Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. You just said, looks like we are seeing a bottom. And you're saying you're using the green line. So what about the green line led you to think that we're seeing a bottom? Trying to be patient. Trying to be patient. You're looking for the short at the red line. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. So just trying to play a little bit of a trend here, looking. So it came down, bounced up, came down, bounced up. I want to see if something like this will occur. If it doesn't, if this thing's about to skyrocket back up, seeing it break up the green line. Okay, gotcha, Eric. You're welcome, Eric. Like I said, this will be my first target. If I get filled, looking for a 1-to-1 on my first target. And then I am, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Are you kidding me, Clark? Are you serious, Clark? Dude, what? Are you serious? I should probably cancel that out. Now, if it comes back up, will that be the push that knocks me out? Probably. That's right. I'll let it cook. Assuming it even goes back up. Please don't roll. Dude. Come on. I know. Oh, you got to be. It was. Look. It did not quite hit it, but yeah, by a tick. That is crazy. Well, it is what it is. Did anybody actually get filled? Anybody get filled on that move? Oh, we'll trust you, bro. Good stuff there. I'm just being stubborn now. I think that was the move, but whatever. Are you still not going to come up? I'm being kind of stubborn right now. That was what I wanted, but now I'm a little, no, you know what? No, I'll cook. I'll cook. This doesn't look terrible. I should do this, though. I need to get up above the 21 EMA, come up a little bit more, something like that. There we go. So I got both the 50 period simple moving average. I have the 21 EMA right around this area. Like I said, as far as I can tell, I would still consider this a downtrend and just seeing if it wants to, curl up and then come back down. I'm in. Well, that was stupid. What was that garbage? See, so I know myself. So I'm just going to talk out loud. But that's because Lance was asking about stuff earlier about identifying triggers. How do you prevent yourself from losing your mind? I know over my years that that's one of my trigger points right there. Think about how patient I was. I was patient. I waited and I waited. I was a tick away from getting filled. And then I waited and I waited. And then I got fit. Did you see that? I was in that trade for like less than a second after all that patience. So that's one of the things that can drive me. We all have different triggers. I don't think I'm alone with that one, where you're like all like proud of yourself for being patient, and then the trade lasts for, I mean, in that situation, literally less than a second. That was wild. Hey, Roger. Ha 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 ha. Wrong setup. What happened? Her dad drove his car 3. Famous last words before somebody gets destroyed. This is too easy. That is when you know, because to be fair, you can't, scared money don't make money. You got to be confident. But cocky money gets you destroyed. Where is that line? I would submit that one of those lines that you've crossed from confident to cocky is, and I quote, "This is too easy." So, Chris, you might want to be careful. No, that's what I'm telling you. You're definitely not solid. Like anybody with a shred of experience knows that when you start to think trading is too easy, you have crossed the line from confidence into arrogance and cockiness, which is not good. So I assure you, you are definitely not solid right now. And the mere fact you think you are solid when you just said that this is too easy proves our point further that you are actually not solid. Zoom out and look at the day as a whole. You hit a trend line. Okay. Suki Mika Chuck. Listen, my friend. You can do that for anything. Zoom out daily. Look at, yes. And at that point, where it got rejected, I'm sure if you zoom out and look far enough, that was probably the Bangladesh Fibonacci 38% level, okay? Or maybe this point. If you look far enough, it probably bounced from there upwards because that was on the 37-minute time frame. That was the third, deviation VWAP anchored combined with the Andrews pitchfork midpoint. Okay, that's probably where that bounced from. Or I don't know, maybe this point. You could say, Clay, why don't you get short there? Did you not see that bounced off of the Australian VWAP? What are you doing, you idiot? And at the same time, somebody else is telling me, Clay, why did you not get long right there before the bounce? Did you not see that bounce off the Norwegian fib circle? So thank you. I appreciate that telling me where it bounced off of, but I know you're coming from a good place. But if I started to factor in what everybody tells me to look at, I'd need about 37 monitors and I'd have 4 million levels marked out on my chart. Zoom out to the Andromeda. Yeah, it's crazy. At some point, everybody, you just got to pick you got to pick what you want to go with and just go with it. Because in hindsight, you will, if you look hard enough, you will be able to say, "Oh, it bounced right off of the Mongolian barbecue volume profile, dingleberry rabbit hair midpoint." Like, if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find it. Yeah, like, how did I not get long on the China close that had Ford Confluence candles and literally popped up on screen? I know. That's on me. Clay, I'm starting to like futures more and more. Good, Brad. My favorite indicator, the Mongolian barbecue. Well, you got to be careful, because if you're not careful of the salmonella Fib point, you could get sick. Where do you got this set up, Clay? Well, I would love to have them. You have to buy them for me. The Mongolian dingleberry, you have to buy for me. It's a special indicator. Oh my goodness! Greg, you dirty dog. What was that? Thank you, sir. Holy smokes. The kids are getting something good tonight. Okay, so that's how you get the Mongolian dingleberry indicator right there. $100 super chat. I'll email it to you, Greg. Ban him. Because I pay them in hugs, Baril. You uncivilized savage. Have you ever had one of my hugs, Baril? Answer that right now, Baril. Have you ever had one of my hugs? Because that's how I pay my mods, with hugs. Have you ever had one of my hugs, Baril? I'm waiting. Nope. Well, then you should probably just... Mary had a little... Zip it. I can show you that... Zip it. Ice, zip it. Wait, hammer, zip it. Nah. It's raining, man. Holla, zip it. You'd understand if you've ever had one of my hugs. All mods here. This is how good of an employment program I offer. This is how good work benefits get. If you are a mod, I give you 2 forms of payment. Dude, you paying crypto? Of course not. I pay neither hugs or stale Twinkies, okay? I mean, trust me. Trust me. There are no better benefit packages offered than what I offer the mods here. Twinkies can go stale? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, granted, the ones I have are from 1917, but they can go stale. That's true. Crypto is a scam. Stale Twinkies are the real deal. Hugs go stale, too. Not mine. Thank you, though, Greg. That was... uninspected, very unexpected, and very kind of you. You're a good man. I'll let them know that Mr. Greg, our futures broker, who deals in cattle. Yeah, if you have a cattle question, talk to Greg. Ooh, hot pot. If you're ever, hey, Greg, if you're ever in Des Moines, you let me know, man. We'll go get a hot pot. You're normal. I'd hang out with you in real life. See, that's why trading's hard. Broadly speaking, I thought it'd come, but unfortunately, that all kicked me out of the trade. It is what it is. Well, hey, this was a fun one. That last trade was super annoying, but oh well. But if you enjoy the live stream, if you do want to help support it, ensure that it continues, because this is totally viewer supported, maybe someday I can get some sponsorships, and then it won't really matter if people use Code Clay or not. But we are not at that point. So Code Clay plays a very, very real and practical role in whether or not the stream continues. So if you do enjoy, and not to mention Code Clay saves you money anyways. So with any of these prop firms, if you want to get whatever the current deal is, Code Clay, all caps, will save you some money, help support the stream, and it's a win-win for everybody. But yes, I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader, but I do understand everybody's at different stages of their journey. So maybe one of these other prop firms is that you use or prefer, maybe use a variety. But like I said, Code Clay. Help support the stream, ensure that it continues, keeps it ad-free. So if you notice, there were 0 ads. But yes, things like that. So thank you for everybody that has been using Code Clay. There are practical effects of that. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. If you're not yet a subscriber, make sure to subscribe. I'll be back Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I do show up early though, so if you want to be here or know exactly when I do go live, that's hitting the notification bell helps out. But like I said, I'll be back Monday at the very latest, 11 a.m. Eastern. I hope you all have a great weekend. Be careful out there. Careful of the poppy seeds. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. So take care. Hit that like button, code Clay, all caps.